Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm cheers.
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 We did it. Bring it in. Ding,
There's
ding,
a little bit of a delayed reaction.
ding, dong. Yeah.
that
Good
was
night,
it,
everybody.
Yeah, you
was
did
a
the
test.
interview before the interview.
All right. Batfarm, what is this podcast called?
Say it. Alex knows.
Film Speeds Podcast.
Yes.
Welcome to... What number are we on?
We're on episode 206.
It's number 206 of... We've done it. We're back. It's consistently off, ladies and gentlemen. Number 206. Are you kidding? And we're here with the whole band, both members of Batfarm.
Yay! Oh my god, I feel like such a jerk. I should have known that.
That's how we
That's
start.
the best part about this
Film
podcast.
Speeds Podcast.
The episode one.
Batfarm in the morning.
Episode one starts with us asking ourselves that. So then every episode starts that way now.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
this podcast called?
Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
like, I don't know who I am.
Alex, Dennis,
That's me.
thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you,
coming.
guys.
Yeah,
This is
thanks for
awesome.
being here. You're coming from, you said Sherman Oaks?
Yes.
Yeah, the valley.
Yeah.
Sorry for making you drive so far.
No,
So
I
don't
wanted
be
to come
sorry.
out.
Is that just crawling 101 and 5? Is that...
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and we also the 710. We took a lot of freeways
Yeah,
to get
they
here.
tried to divert us. So I
that's
feel like this is like a
60.
skit on the was it the Californians?
Yeah.
Yeah. We took the 101 to the to the 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
to the
Hours
710, then
Yeah.
to the 91. No.
Like in the first week that I got here, I
Yeah.
turned on the local radio and they're like, here's your traffic report. And it was just a bunch of binary
the
code
405, the 605, the 5, the 710, the
Number after
55.
It's
number
all
after
red.
number.
It's just all
with
red.
the word the and backed up.
Yeah.
You know? And that's it. And I had to learn really, really fast. We were just talking right before you jumped on. Iowa,
Yes.
how long, when did you get out here?
Yeah.
I've been out here for a very long time, which
Yeah.
will date me, carbon date me. Yeah, I grew. I had some of my high school years in Iowa.
Yeah, great.
I went to high school there, met some of my longtime friends, musician friends, who I've been still now and again play with, still stay in
Nice.
contact, just
Hell
like you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
From the Midwest.
Born and raised Iowa?
No, I was actually born in Ohio.
Okay.
Oh,
What part of
boo.
Ohio? I know, mortal enemies,
Sorry,
whatever.
I know. I was born in Akron, but I grew up in a small town called Stowe, which is not as small as it used to be. But
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I played. All there was to do was just play music. So
I know.
that's how you
Yeah.
hopefully get decent.
And then
at your
Iowa
instrument.
gets way more busy, right?
Yeah, we got way more busy. I got to spend another 7 hours on the drums a day.
Yeah, and husking corn.
Oh, I did. I decasseled corn to buy one of my
Detasseled
decasseled corn.
Sorry, not
Yeah.
husking.
Detassel.
Yeah.
detasseling.
Detassel.
Have you ever heard of that?
The corn huskers.
Yeah.
You gotta detassel.
If I walk into the details, it could take hours. No.
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast.
So it's fascinating.
We got time.
Yeah, no.
It's an honest day's work.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
awful.
cheers.
Yeah. Right.
Because you have to get up like 3 a.m. Then you catch the bus around like 5, and they take you to some cornfield somewhere where it's still dark and it's all wet. And your feet never dry out. You know, they get that crustiness, and
Yeah.
it's a good times.
Oh, wet socks.
Yeah,
Doesn't
wet
everyone
socks.
hate wet socks?
We've been leaving like an ice cube for the cat. And I swear to God, if I step in it one more time, I'm gonna
It's the wet
uninstall it.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot stand a wet sock.
It's the wet
Like it's
socks.
like, especially when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, put on fresh socks, walk out, get water. I'm like, fuck.
It was
why
a good
It's
day.
gross. Yeah.
That's why I almost never wear shoes. I don't play drums with shoes on. I don't. Yeah, barefoot drummer.
What's that area code that you hit me with?
Florida.
Florida.
Yes.
What section?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Born and
grandma-
raised?
Well, not born, but raised there. Yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Staten Island, but I didn't stay
Come
there.
on.
Yeah, long enough to really formulate any memories. So it's all a Fort Lauderdale, where I don't have a lot of memories of that either. So
For different
for
reasons.
different reasons. Yeah.
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please don't hold it against me.
Like what ages in Florida?
I was there from the time I was very small up until I think I was 21 or 22, and then I came out here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Straight shot. You're like LA. Let's get it.
Yeah, well, I had an opportunity. I had, gotten signed, and I wanted to come out here, and I worked with a producer that actually I didn't know at all. I ended up crashing on his couch for like 6 months or so. He's a wonderful guy.
Decent couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were always fighting though, so that wasn't fun. But,
Him and his wife,
him and
not-
his wife,
not her.
ex-wife. But, yeah,
So, but he's a great producer.
Yeah.
Luigi.
yeah, Luigi Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out, Luigi.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
Luigi.
I hope everything's all right with your wife.
Well, they're no longer together.
Okay.
For a very, very long time.
Hey,
For a very long time. It's
Yeah,
okay.
cheers to
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
And I'm
cheers.
sure he'll cheers to
Yeah.
that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
they found happiness. It's not really true.
He's watching right now.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Love you, Luigi.
Luigi produced, your second?
Yeah, my second solo record, but he produced like Shakira and Madonna and a
Sweet.
bunch of people. But yeah, he was
Wow.
a fantastic guy.
So then what's the vein of these recordings? What are these songs vibe sounding like?
My solo stuff or
Yeah,
the stuff
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Batfarm?
No, solo stuff.
What
yeah.
he's producing?
What he produced, yeah.
we haven't worked together in a little bit now, but it was we called it Rocktronica.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Rocktronica.
yeah, because as you know, I play guitar and sing.
Yeah.
So and we would fuse our love for because he was primarily a dance producer
Got it.
and house music and a bunch of other stuff like that. So we kind of fused the two together. And we have that Florida connection, like very like Miami kind of vibe.
But I mean, my outside perspective, it had a lot of different things going on. It was like they just kind of wrote what they felt, but it had
Yeah.
that electronic sound. But it was like a whole bunch. One of the songs blew up really big.
Yeah, because of the show called Dance Moms, like this.
Sweet.
Yeah, the song that I had that was like kind of the soul ballad on the whole record.
Sweet.
But yeah,
What was it called? What's it called?
Cry.
What? No.
You're
I-
what?
for everyone else.
Yeah, yeah. So.
I mean, shout out to great placements.
Oh yeah.
I was about to ask because I was like, I gotta Google this shit. Come on, give me the name.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it was.
Don't make me investigate.
No, it was great. It was like all of a sudden her numbers started going up, and then she was like, "What's going on?" And then it turned out that it was on the show.
Hell yeah.
And then she had the girl from the show come and do the video with her.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
5 million views later.
or more than that
Is it
now.
now?
But yeah, but then they had me come on the show a few times. They're really wonderful people.
Dope.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, like just a good team to work with and everything.
Yeah, and actually we just saw them recently because I haven't played my solo material in quite a few years, and we just played at the Mint, my solo stuff, and all the Dance Moms crew came out.
Just covering, just covering
I assure
bases.
you, we did play there.
Just covering bases. Just
Yeah.
She is lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. It was my stunt double, Alexx Scalise.
Oh, good stunt doubles. They're
Yeah.
hard to come by.
It was a goat because I have that like vibrato, right?
It was fun. It was fun to play different music
Yeah.
for a night because
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
We played cover gigs sometimes to pay the bills, and it's always, as long as you're not grinding it, it's like, yeah, it's always nice to play some more shit,
I made a living at it, right, when I lived in the San Francisco area.
Yeah, it doesn't
Like,
have
playing
to be yours to make it yours.
No.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a lot of
No,
fun.
it's-
We played a lot of disco covers and a lot of
Hell yeah.
funk, and yeah, it was good times. Yeah.
Keeps the shops up. Always fun rooms.
Yeah. It definitely helps with chops and just like flowing and shit. Mm-hmm.
Well, we've just, at a certain point you get tired of Margaritaville. I mean, rest in
What do
peace.
you mean?
Sorry,
Okay.
Jimmy, kid, rest in
I,
peace.
I heard all
Wait,
those
wait.
heads turn.
It works for me.
I guess it worked,
for me.
right?
I think.
What did you
What-
tell
what-
I
what's
think
better?
if you're against the parrot heads.
Against parrot heads.
You're racist against parrot
Against
heads.
parrot
Too.
heads, yeah, that's right.
Damn, that's the one. That's the one.
That's fine. Write your letters too.
In my cover band, we had a no Margaritaville policy.
Wow.
Yeah, we refused
Is
to
that
play
real? I love that.
it. Yeah, it's
don't-
real. It is real.
So we've tried to spread this. Any cover band in the history of the world, right? Just try and ban Freebird. Hashtag ban Freebird.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
On the sign that we, write out, it says Freebird policy is $20 to start, $50 to stop.
And we've only made it
Okay.
through the song one time.
Oh, did you?
Really? With the extended solos
every
and
other
everything?
like 30
you don't
times
know.
we've done this.
We don't rehearse it.
We'll start and be like, and you'll see some guy coming down the aisle like,
Summer runs like the place is on fire.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to
Yeah.
yell it, but no one wants to
Dude,
hear
people
it.
just-
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a quick $70.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you just see people collect their money like,
That's gas.
You should encourage it.
I mean,
Yeah. Come on, make
dare
my
you.
it's the
day.
only thing on our board. You know, it says our band name. It's a QR code, and then that.
A third of it is the free bird
we
policy.
do advertising.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mustang
amazing.
Sally, I don't think I played very often.
Oh
either.
God, yeah. If
That's
I
the other
never
one.
hear that song again, it'll be too
but
soon.
funky music I played a lot in Brick House, but I was okay with that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, all that stuff rocks.
But
Those do have a little bit of a better backbeat, though, too.
A lot
'Cause
better.
Ride, Sally, ride. It's
Yeah.
just kind of, yeah. But, you know, the funk soul, those
Yeah,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
We used to have certain songs we called fire alarms, where like you start playing it, everyone jumps up out of their seat and you start running to the dance floor.
Yeah. we mix it up like to make them go get drinks, and then we just like amp it right back up to get them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you know, I mean, you're playing Temecula, you
Yeah.
know, and everyone's at the bar, you go, dun, 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 dun. They're coming. Dun, 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 dun. I got my first real six string.
Yeah, no joke, dude. People,
Brian Adams does it.
There they are.
that is one of the
Yep.
perfect.
Canadian, by the way.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
The Canadian government. It's about time. Brian on some obligations. Yeah. Okay, so now I gotta take it back. So how'd you guys link up when you started jamming together?
So
Man.
a friend of no, don't funny.
Sorry, I don't know why that was my
I
natural
think I need a
reaction.
drink.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
we
tonight
where's
is
the
brought
alcohol?
to you by Diet Coke. Use the code word Batfarm to get 10% off.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
It's not gonna work.
That's right.
I tried.
He's trying to pull that out like it's a thing.
It is a
A
thing.
friend of mine, a good friend of mine, actually met her on MySpace.
Shout out.
Fuck yeah, MySpace.
Yeah.
Tom. Good
Tom.
Tom, actually.
Yeah. Not Tame Pop.
I miss him. I miss
Yeah,
him.
so at a show, he helped promote a show that she was playing at the old Cat Club. This is how long ago.
Right on.
That many years ago. And then said, "You come out and see my friend play." And I was back from tour, and I met her. It was like just seemed like I knew her my whole life. Actually, it was really interesting.
Fuck yeah.
And then we just connected real quick, and then I had to go off on tour for a while, and when I came back, we hung out again for a little bit. But we actually, should we say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually dated for years.
Allegedly.
So we started off dating. I
Yeah.
was touring with this guy named Mark Ford from the Black Crowes, and she was doing her solo thing.
Dope.
And so we just kind of kept it separate for a long time. And then we were like, hey, let's write some licensing music. And so when we started writing licensing music, it actually started sounding like a band. It had a sound. So we were like, screw it, it's a band now. So,
Pretty much.
but we're both cancers. Our signs are cancers. And so
Gotcha.
the original band originally was called Sound of Cancer.
All right.
Yeah,
Fuck yes.
But people thought we were a
love
metal
this.
band. So
Makes sense. Makes sense.
or
I
that
mean,
we endorse cancer. Which
yeah.
obvious,
all of them.
Yeah. all of them. Just all
Just
of them.
all of them.
yeah, just all at once.
Yeah.
Just
No
So-
one here condones the disease.
For me,
What?
gross.
Oh, okay. Well placed.
yeah. So
But that is a shocking name too. You can get their attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we changed it to the acronym, which was SOC.
And then there was a
Okay.
band called Soldiers of Christ. So yes,
That went
Yeah.
by SOC.
Yeah.
So then we had to change our name again.
Do you just not want to say that was your band name?
yeah.
well,
You're like, this
yeah.
is quite the story.
Is this a cooler story?
Yeah.
So then we ended up I was like, what's this band name? So a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, this guy named Eric Klein, who works at Line 6, he's always had this band, Batfarm, he wanted to do for years. And I was like, I called him up like, can we use that name? Because it's such a good name and you're not ever using it. He's like, it's yours. So
Yeah.
from that point on, we were Batfarm.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And it's a
But-
dope name. So like,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks.
yeah. You're like, you want to give it up?
Pretty much. I was like, wow, I loved that name.
I did. I was like,
Yeah.
is it cool, man? Is that cool? Yeah. We'll
And-
give you
and-
credit.
And he obviously loves the band.
Yes,
He does.
actually he does. He did a remix of one of our songs. He's a big fan
It's awesome.
of it, so it was
yeah.
really cool.
So
guys.
what did I see? The first recordings are like was 17, 18
Of this band?
of singles on that I can
Oh,
access on
2018.
Spotify.
Xmas song.
Oh, the Christmas song. That was
Like
one
the
of the first
first
ones.
things released on Spotify. Are those the first recordings?
No, the
that-
first recordings that was released under Sound of but we rebranded it and re-released it again under
Gotcha.
Batfarm, and that was
Got it.
called No Vampires in Gilroy.
Oh, Vampire. What year was that?
Oh, wow.
If you don't get the joke.
Shout out Garlic Fest. Man.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Garlic
yeah.
Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We were
so
driving
if you
through
think-
there, and I was like, I bet that she was watching on the
Twilight.
watching Twilight on the computer.
Whatever.
Allegedly.
And I was like,
was.
I bet you there's no vampires here. And she's like, that's the name of the album.
Yeah.
And that was a
much.
little darker. I mean, we have a dark sound, but a lot of the stuff you saw us play live was from that album too.
Gotcha.
So it was we
Yeah.
did that all at home and mixed it all at home.
Yeah.
Is it under Spotify?
I think actually we've been
Yeah,
having
yeah,
trouble
yeah.
with it. Is it
Oh.
on?
For some reason, I don't know what it, but maybe because it was previously on there, like under a different name, but we've had issues
Okay.
with like iTunes, trying to
On
defer it
Spotify,
to-
maybe
Which
we
Spotify
didn't,
you can find it.
maybe we didn't hit the right button, but we literally.
Yeah, God, guys.
I literally wrote stuff.
Do your research.
I did notes on you guys.
No.
Oh,
By the guest. We were canceled by the guest.
No, it's all good, man.
it's okay.
awesome.
No, but we were having some issues with iTunes, especially.
Okay.
Like we couldn't find it, and we have to
yeah.
talk about
What
all
year?
that
So
stuff
what
with
year
them.
was that?
11.
2011.
Halloween 2011 we released
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. To no fanfare. Because it was
No,
Halloween.
but
we got a lot of attention,
We
though.
got we
Yeah,
got
some
like
attention.
placements again on Dance Moms, which they didn't even realize it was me. They'd had like I don't know how many different songs of mine, and then I just recently ran into the dance teacher on the show, and I was on her podcast, and I'm like, you actually use my other band stuff, and she's like, you have another band, and I'm like, yes. So they didn't know, but yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
But the song was called Dark Carnival, and that's the song that I was like, and it's got this really like none of our stuff has it, but this one actually has like this metal like kind of like chorus because we did it for the original. We
We
originally
played it live.
I don't know if we did.
Not for the last show that we played with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we haven't played
It's
it
like
live
last
in
year or
years.
something. I don't
Was
know.
it?
It's
Yeah,
just
oh my God.
I can get the minutes on that one.
It's
Sorry.
been a long
Yeah.
time.
Sorry, gang.
It's been a
Please
long-
continue. Yeah,
It's been a while.
It's
So
Yeah.
yeah, it has.
There it is.
There you go.
You have
It
it.
has.
So yeah, but we did it for a horror film. That was actually the first song we ever did, and then
Cool.
from there we moved on. It was kind of very bungly, trippy,
That's awesome.
dark. It was
Bungly,
dark.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was, I was doing the chorus.
And then
on
all
that
the little
one.
girls and dance moms are like, la, la, la. Oh, it was so great.
I was like, how are they going to do this? Because I saw the footage, and all of a sudden they cut out that heavy part. It was like,
Oh.
whack up.
yeah, and then like the dance teacher's like, I don't like this song.
It's so dark. It's in the name.
Yeah. And it's funny because like we have for like the Dance Bomb soundtrack, it's not Dark Carnival, but the
It's
other
Need
one,
Someone.
Need Someone, and it's just like this photo of all the girls and the teacher, and they're all like, and then the band it says like, oh, Sound of Cancer. It's hilarious.
It needs someone such a dark song. It's like it's.
Now
Like
you
a-
just need a supercut of a bunch of kids just in
Yeah.
backwards.
Oh, yeah.
dancing
That
to
would
just
be.
a break.
That would actually. That's a great idea. I'm stealing it.
filtered.
Right?
No, it's
What?
free. It's take it.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing
So
it.
okay,
And
so
then
ready?
your follow-up video, you could have it in a TV, like you watching it.
So
the
we-
show was.
up
What do
to
you
the
got?
next
What do you
one.
got? What you guess? What you guess? When was the show? When was the show?
When was the show?
show?
I'll remind you what we are. We are September 26th of 2023. That's today.
Yes.
This doesn't come out for 2 weeks, so it's whatever that day is. So the show that we played
October
together, how long
something.
ago was that? What date was that?
Oh God.
I'm going to say October 5th.
Okay,
2022.
It was a year
of
ago.
22. He's going with October 5, 22.
I would say it's probably around the 22 because it was after the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe November.
I want to say November as well.
November.
I'm just making things up now.
Okay, early or late?
I'm gonna go with
Early
November.
Cute guys. It's March 5th.
We were close.
I didn't think
We
it
were
was that
so
long
close.
ago.
Springtime. Springtime.
That's
so
what
like
we
maybe
played
like a
with
year and a half.
Wait, March of last year?
March of Oh, you're thinking this is
I was-
now? No, a year and
Oh
a half
my
ago.
god!
Not
So-
this March, but
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, seriously.
That's what I'm saying. So
Back to the
thanks for
game.
being here. Okay.
Yeah.
No, oh my gosh.
Time is.
Yeah, that's how it works. It just
Yeah.
keeps going. It just keeps going.
and it
Yeah,
don't stop
like in your
coming, and it
30s
don't
especially,
stop
just
coming.
like
I just remember.
Rest in peace
I
to
just
that
remember
guy.
that show where you were chasing your kick drum for the gig. Were you chasing? Was that show? Was it you guys that were chasing your kick? I mean, because it was like you were playing, and I just watched.
If Oliver didn't have a weight in front of
Yeah.
him, he's
Yeah,
always
He was chasing his kick.
He
You know,
always.
chasing his dreams. His kick was going away.
Yeah.
And you were killing it, and you were rocking out. And I just look back, and he's just like his drums, and just like dragging him back and playing.
I can't believe he doesn't have cases or.
Yeah, doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's fucking nuts. I love him so much.
Yeah.
He's in Korea for
He's a
3
fucking
weeks.
animal.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have
he's a great
him.
drummer.
We're gonna
I'm very happy to watch him
yeah,
play.
he
He's
is
fucking
wonderful.
great.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
starting
he's
my
wonderful.
job at Guitar Center corporate next month, so I'll just have to give you guys a discount so you can get some drum cases.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Wow.
He fucking needs him so hard.
Craig, it's
Yeah.
another
Also,
episode
and then all of a sudden you
of
get the
number
text,
5.
"You are fired."
You are, yeah, exactly.
Oh, you mean so years and years of abusing his drums and he's out of town and we just find someone who says, yeah, I'll give him a good deal on some cases? Just
He's there.
seems to work out for him, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
everything always
Yeah.
seems to work
Coming
out
up
for
roses
all
for
of us.
all.
Coming up roses for Oliver.
That son of a gun.
He's usually on the soundboard, so he's much faster at these things.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
We
We
also
always miss
usually have a board over there that says what they are, and I guess that board moved over to there.
that's what happens.
okay.
All these the walls move. Okay.
Well, just to conclude the story, we've been broke up for 10 years now. So,
All right.
Oh,
so
he's
just know.
putting it out there for
Yeah.
all the single ladies.
No,
because
no, I'm
everybody
not. I'm
else-
actually.
Yeah.
I have to say that I'm not really single right now. But she's So she's married now. A year ago
Yeah, as of Sunday. Yeah,
of Sunday, she's been married for a year. It's our
but-
anniversary.
No, not together. Not
No.
to each other.
Do you dig the guy?
That would have been
awesome.
the best.
I can't tell you. Like, yeah, she dated some people. I was like, and it was like, oh, you're just jealous. I'm like, no, she needs. And then she found this guy. I was like, okay, if you don't marry him, I will.
Yeah, that's what they said. Actually,
even
my
said that.
dad, my two uncles, Dennis said that at my wedding as he was speaking.
Because I was a bridesmaid
Yes,
at the wedding,
Hilarious.
so I had to give the
Excellent.
speech.
you're my
Yes.
bride's mate,
Bay's mate. That's what
Yeah.
it is. I want to go with the maid, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
No.
or you're my mate of honor. That's
Yeah, I
what
was
it
your
was.
mate of honor.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm writing you down as bridesmaid if it makes
Yeah.
you feel any better.
Exactly.
And it was like a 3-hour speech, and you were like, I don't know. I'm Kevin can still going.
That's what my uncle Mike said. If you don't marry him, I will.
Well, I really spent a lot of time on it the night before. So it got done like at 3 a.m. We got it ready to go. And then I couldn't read it because I wrote it on my phone. And I was just like, I can't. Fuck. I think I
Didn't
do
you
my
drop
phone. Yeah.
the ring too?
Oh, yeah, I dropped the ring. They're like, oh, can you get the ring? And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's like, go. It's like, where'd that drain come from? It's like, fell into the ground. Right in front of her dad. And dad's like, oh. It's like some out of a movie.
Yeah, like all these people were like running after, clamoring to get it.
Knocks over the table, the cake goes down, flies at grandma.
Yeah.
Where'd
That would
where'd
be
that
my
cat come
wedding.
from? And who's that dog? Whose dog is that chasing him?
Right?
It's a Great Dane. Oh, excellent. Okay, so now
Okay.
full length album, right? That's
2021?
yeah, just a couple years back.
Yeah.
Was that also released on
I think I
Halloween?
consider that a.
No, it was
that?
actually released on the day that I got married. Like not that
year
that
bef-
year, like a
2
few
years before. Yeah,
that.
yeah, the 24th, September 24th.
Yeah.
So, but we.
Oh, yeah, well then, congrats. I mean, you're
Yeah.
like just fresh up like 2 days.
It's a good date.
Congratulations, yeah.
So, but that was kind of more of an EP. We just had to get something done.
Yeah, totally.
Content's
I mean?
king.
So, and we worked with this guy named Charlie Waymeyer over at Ultimate Studios, and it was cool. He's great.
Charlie
Shout-outs.
Waymeyer.
Yeah, he's
Shout
awesome.
out, bud.
Awesome guy, you know. But since we have a setup now, we've been trying to do our stuff now
Yeah.
at home.
How recent is the setup?
The new setup.
Uh-huh.
This last year, I think. I mean,
Cool.
we did a lot of like all the weird guitars I've done at home.
Yeah.
Before we had like a
Like,
major
yeah,
studio.
vocals, bass, guitars.
I did a lot of that at home, but I
Yeah.
mean the leads we did it at the studio, and the drums we did at the studio at the time, and then the heavy guitars, but all the trippy guitars I did at home with
Cool.
like weird effects and did all that kind of stuff.
So you can
direct.
take your time and get nerdy.
Yeah, totally. Get super nerdy.
Get it good going.
Yeah,
in.
yeah. And then but we did this thing that was cool. We reamped them.
Yeah.
And so we could get the room sound and the big sound of those weird guitars. So I guess technically they were recorded in the studio.
Yeah, we did. Oh, we did that here
Yeah,
too.
did
you do that?
We just did. I did DI bass, and then we just played the song through each amp, trying to find what the fucking sound was.
That's
It's
brilliant.
the best
That's
way
awesome.
to do
And
it.
it's
Yeah.
all pedals, yeah. And you can get nerdy.
Yeah, totally.
Move,
Get nerdy
move
with it.
the walls around, make the walls.
I mean,
bigger.
you guys have an amazing setup here.
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9-10 months, something like that.
Yeah, all the new the
Thousands
couple
and
new.
thousands of dollars.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
it does.
Can
But
imagine.
we cut corners where we could. We made this table.
Yeah.
Made the walls.
I made the gobos.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
We fucking put the whole thing together.
Stretch the dollar. You know.
That's how you do it, man.
exactly how you
and
do
now
it.
This is-
you have complete control over what you want to do.
But that's the joy of having
Yeah.
your own
Yeah,
setup
yeah.
because you don't have to pay for someone else's time.
Yeah.
What time are you guys wrapping up? Okay, I'm so close though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what happened. Like 5 songs or whatever it was more expensive than you think because you go in and maybe that day you're not really feeling it, but
Yeah.
you're still paying for that time. You're still fighting
right.
through it, you know?
Well,
Yep.
I mean, like, it's so funny. Like, it's like a sitcom the way that we are. Like, we've been broken up now for like over 10 years or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
but now I'm married and I live in the apartment upstairs. He lives
Yes.
like he lives
They're my
downstairs.
I know when
from
they're
us.
awake because I can hear them walking.
Yeah.
So,
But
so I'll be like, hey, you want to come down to some track? And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm going to come down if she's.
yeah.
Y'all are lifers. I don't know if you know
Right?
that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I built it so what happens? I kicked a roommate out a couple years ago, and then I turned that room into a studio.
Dope.
So, and then a friend of mine, this guy Jerry Massey, who I'm doing a band with also on the side.
Drum hustle's real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'm just writing music with him. I'm
Yeah.
writing all the music, and he's coming in and singing on it or whatever.
If
Different
you
project.
play the drums, everyone will ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that. I can do that right now.
Yeah. But this is kind of different. I had all these songs that I'd written, this music, and
Yes.
he wanted to sing over it. So that's kind of what we're doing now, is kind of putting these songs together.
How far
it's
on
a
that
different
project?
We have a single that might come out soon too.
Sick.
What's the
It's
name?
it's a cover of Something in the Way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they did
but
a
not
really
the
nice
Beatles
job
version,
with it.
Yeah.
the Nirvana version. It's
Yeah.
really dark.
Yeah.
She sang on it. A little bit of backgrounds for me.
Sweet.
I was like, hey, can you come down and sing?
But that's the thing, like, you know, what's great about living above you is that, you know, I can come down and, you know, sometimes I'll track for like 30, 40 minutes and then go back upstairs or go to work or whatever.
But it's like, it's working. Oh, today your voice sounds, you're feeling good. We'll track a bunch of stuff. Today
Yeah.
it's not feeling good. Okay, yeah, we'll call it quits.
Let's get that
Yeah.
thing that we put on hold. Let's
Yeah,
grab
yeah,
that
yeah.
real quick.
yeah,
totally.
well, as we were driving over here, we were listening to like this cover that we did of Telephone Line from ELO. And,
Sweet.
you know,
I was like, I got to finish that because I mean, I have the demo of it, but I'm like, I got to put the real drums on it because now they have the studio. It was like electronic drums, and
Yep.
I've got all these new sounds now because it's just kind of fun as you start building your studio. I got all the Spectrasonic stuff, all this
Once
great
you get
pianos
more
and all this stuff.
toys, you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, I
Yeah,
can work with
exactly.
And
this.
it makes a huge difference. I can't
can
believe.
never
like,
have enough.
And good preamps. That's what's changed everything for me. Like I got a great new preamp, Focusrite, but it's like the pro stuff, you know, that Neve created and designed. And then I have 8 of them at my studio
Sick.
for drums and some nice
Sick.
Roswell mics. It's a great
Dope.
company. Like
Yeah.
Roswell makes some
Roswell's
amazing
dope.
mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really underrated.
Yeah, so
I can't
underrated.
wait till they get like the shine that they need.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys are great.
Yeah.
yeah, I worked for them.
Yeah,
for
she
a
helped
number
with
of
promotion
years.
for a while. So
Like mini 47s, like stereos,
yeah.
all that.
They're fantastic.
yeah,
They
I got
have
the
every-
57s. I got the kick mics. You know, like
the Colaris, the Delphos, and then
Yeah.
I want to try out the Aztec that they just came out with. But
Right? Dope ass company.
yeah, those
they're
guys are
amazing
great.
and they're great
Sweet.
guys.
Yeah, you can just
love
know,
'em.
very approachable, very awesome.
Use the promo code.
Yeah, use promo code Batfarm. Receive 10% off your Roswell microphones.
Checking, yeah.
Are we pushing too many products right now?
Yeah.
Do we need to, you know?
Never, no.
I'm just pushing coupons, dude.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
paid.
Yeah.
We
You
should
get some
call Matt and let him
affiliate
know.
links. Oh, yeah, right?
Matt, we gotta, you know.
Oh, no, Matt's on.
But
He's
no,
great.
so yeah, it's been nice. So, you know, we have a single coming out.
Yes.
We have a new song coming out soon.
Yes.
What's it called?
3.
3.
3.
What's the proposed drop date?
October 24th.
Oh yeah,
Great.
It's in the can.
This
We're waiting for a
episode will
video.
like come out, and then that'll come out like the week after.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, great time.
We did all the promos, which are
Great.
ridiculous. They're ridiculous
Yeah,
promos.
because we're dumb.
Yeah.
So.
So this. Do you want to hear the story of the song?
Fuck
yes. Actually,
What am I here for?
No, get
No.
out.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not a great story. It's just a silly story.
I was going
need
to ask you
tell
how it came together when you track it, all that.
So this is actually a song. We were working with this licensing agency, and they would send us the breakdowns. They were like, "We need a song today
Yeah.
for this," and this was a commercial. They needed was Carl's Jr. or
Carl's
something.
Jr., yeah.
They wanted a song with the number 3 in it.
Dope.
So we whipped out the song like really quick, and then we just kind of they didn't take it, so we just kind of put it aside.
Right.
And it was done with like electronic drums and all kinds of stuff. And then Alex is like, "That's catchy. We should do it." I was like, "Yeah, but the lyrics are so nonsensical. They mean nothing. I mean, but they're catchy." And so we're like. I was like, okay, fine, we'll do it. So we retracked it. Like I retracked with real drums and put bass on it, and different bass on it and everything.
Earnest recording.
Yeah, and then I sent it to my friend, another plug, Jerry Ozowski.
Come on.
Yeah,
Shout out.
this guy is badass.
So great, man.
So he turned what I did at home into a record quality sound.
Dope.
I mean, microphone performance, that's important, but someone who knows how to EQ and place things and make it sound like a record.
A good mixer?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
And
change-
also he does the mastering too, so
It'll change your life.
it does.
Yeah,
change
Craig
your life.
lost his mind.
But like,
Oh, multiple times over.
it's so funny because I played the version of the song when it was a demo, and people were like, yeah, it's cool. And then I played them the version mixed and ready, and like, oh my god, I love that song. Like I played it for you like 4 times, dude. They're like, oh, it's ready. This is such a hit. I'm like, dude.
Absolutely.
I was like, I played this for you.
Yeah, but
Too real,
it
man.
was shitty back then.
Too real.
Yeah, but that was stupid.
That
That was a stupid song then, but now it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I think we also probably hear potential in the early ones.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
as
yeah.
we're listening to it, we're like, this is what's gonna become. And you got some layman person. It's like sounds like shit, dude. I don't want to. Like it's so gritty and there's nothing there. There's bare bones. But you're like, yeah, but
My voice memos are perfect. all right?
Yes. So
I know
great.
exactly what it should sound like.
yeah, it's like you didn't like this direct-in bass with my guitar.
You mean you guys don't hear that orchestra in the background that I'm hearing right now in my head?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's gonna be so dope.
Harmony.
It's gonna be fire, man. No.
It is. Sometimes that's the worst part about having to translate to a recorded
Yeah.
version
Always.
of it. 'cause
Is
you're
the
like,
potential you hear.
I can't get this. I can't get this. So someone who's a great mixer, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
also
fantastic.
you know it's like sometimes you'll do the demo and then you really like what you did, but you didn't record it as well as you needed to,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can't recreate that. And there's that thing where you're like, God damn it, that vocal thing I did. We had to do that a couple times. Like,
Oh,
can you
yeah.
just make that work? Because we're not retracking it. It's not going to happen again.
Right.
But that demo had the vibe.
Yeah.
Well, even that we were talking about something in the way. That was the same thing. Like Butch Vig was talking about that.
Yeah.
He was just like
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and he
And Butch
had
was
to
like,
record it
"Wait."
just like this. Because they tried re-recording it and
Yep.
setting everything up properly, and it just didn't sound the same.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, just put him
And it
on
was
the
like
couch.
all out of tune.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's like, come
Yeah.
in, just do it.
He's
So-
like, Taiwan,
Yeah. Exactly.
let's get you in the moment, sir.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Let's put you underneath the bridge right now.
We need
No.
one of
Gross?
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to really put him under the bridge.
He didn't kill
Yeah, oh
himself.
man.
Courtney did it.
God.
What?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
David Lee knew. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's awesome. So, did you guys ever get to see our Christmas video that went with the song?
No.
Oh my God, it's pretty amazing. Like if you've ever watched any of those like Christmas specials from the '70s,
Yes.
it's like that.
We just put this whole like front section of it, like where like she comes to visit me on a sad day, and like like it's a
Wait,
whole.
I think I saw it like when it was happening. Like when the posts were going on. I think but I saw it that long ago.
Yeah, no, we put it out. When did we put it out? Maybe because before we met you guys, we had put it out. But we've also every
Maybe.
Christmas we re-put it out. That's probably what it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
because
I
we
want to do some more
we
Christmas stuff.
can't recreate that magic. That
No.
was pretty amazing.
Is that Instagram?
I don't know if it was Instagram. Well, we reposted it on like Facebook and stuff.
Yeah,
That's-
but
I think
it's a
it was
YouTube
Facebook.
thing.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
What do you find is your best outlet right now for content?
That's probably Instagram.
Yeah, probably at this
Yeah.
point. But
yeah,
still,
because I find that not as many people are going to Facebook.
Ours is like OnlyFans or something.
All right, yeah.
it's the feet that sell. It's the
Yeah, it's
feet.
the feet.
Only Feets.
I
Onlyfeets.com.
want to try out Twitch because I know that we're streaming it on Twitch
Yeah.
right now, and I keep hearing really, really good things about it.
Yeah, I mean Twitch. So if you're looking to break in, I think there's something called Rumble or Kick right now. They're the upcoming Twitch. So they kind of like went more lax on their content. Twitch is very like So if you want to stream on that, that's one thing you got to pay attention to.
So
But
if you're a
Twitch,
band and you're
Twitch is
covering a
very
song-
corporate.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
So like,
Twitch might take you down from Margaritaville. They might
Yeah.
cancel your stream.
or you can, or they don't offer.
Thank God.
They don't
No.
offer like some services for it. So like Twitch will save a video for a week. If you play a song, they won't let you save your video. So places like Rumble and Kick, since they're like up and coming, there's a big surge of people going there right now. This is insider baseball. Too bad we don't have for baseball, but
I know inside baseball.
there's a lot of flux going there right now, where a lot of people who are smaller streamers on Twitch are way bigger on Rumble and Kick due to the minimal amount of
The
media
freedom!
there.
Freedom.
Yeah. So the fact that you can do whatever you want on there is cool, and it's new. So
But
like,
what
if
you're telling me-
if you go
So
in there and
if
kick
you-
ass, you'll probably take off a lot quicker than if you're on Twitch.
You're telling me
Okay.
if they hit Twitch tomorrow, all their own original songs, 45-minute set, Twitch would be like, I don't like that.
If it's all original stuff, no, you won't get taken down. It's your
Okay.
stuff.
Well, unless like you have your stuff like with say CD Baby or something, and like with Content ID.
Content ID.
Yeah, I
That is
guess
a
if you
YouTube-
don't own it, yes.
That is a YouTube
Well, even if you
specific.
do own it,
Yeah, we've
it's
run
just
into that
there's-
before,
yeah.
where I've used our own songs and then we got blocked, and I had
Yeah.
to go
Oh.
send something to somebody.
We're
and
not
go, hey
legal.
guys, we own it.
Whitelisting.
We own it. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of times you're on Twitch, you're going to want to do something like take requests and shit.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. So
But
like
the-
people that blow up are people that like there's a guy that'll play drums and like you just put in requests and he'll just literally have the song playing. All of his drums sound fucking perfect and he'll just play along to the song.
Wow. Okay.
I
And then,
mean,
Wow.
Yeah, you do like $5 donos and they'll just like Batfarm.
I'll do that when I have a drink. No,
Yeah.
this isn't too hard. This is easy.
doing it one-footed. You're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, what a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't play double bass.
Yeah. But Twitch is just a little saturated.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like trying to break out in YouTube.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Or TikTok, I've heard, is like another one that
Yep. We have a couple of friends that make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah.
One of them was just because her dog jumped off the diving board, bought a brand new car.
You're kidding.
No, that's what she told us said on the podcast.
Well, me and my
Wow.
husband, like every morning,
Haley.
will watch like funny animals and stuff from TikTok.
Yeah, it's the best.
Or, yeah, TikTok compilation videos and stuff like that. From
I get
funny
sucked in
animals.
all
That's where
Yeah.
the people are.
That's
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
people are.
Death scrolling is a real thing, dude.
Oh my
Death
god.
scroll.
Yeah,
Rolled
especially
up
right
in the
before
death
bed.
scroll.
Yeah.
But I think that the hardest thing is that, when you're trying to create music, you're trying to record music, write music, perform music, then you're asked to now put on content, film this, do that. It's a lot. It's
I don't
hard
know
to
what
kind
you're
of.
talking about.
We all posted before the episode, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. It's like one of those things. Like, because I know how we get. We're hyper focused type people. ADHD thing, fun, a lot of time, fun. But you're hyper focused on a record now. We're working on that, and then you're like, oh shit, we should be posting this. And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
man, damn it. So the key to those things is being consistent. And
You're on the
as a
wrong
musician,
podcast for
you're
that.
not always
Yeah, no,
consistent.
I mean,
No.
we're
You know what I
guilty
mean?
of it.
That's how that works.
Absolutely. We like had the album done and mixed and mastered, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh fuck, we need to submit this song if we want to get a PR company like in 4 days.
Yeah.
We're like, whoops. Like,
Everything
we gotta-
should be
Yeah.
done yesterday.
Yeah, everything should be done
I
yesterday.
mean, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to get ahead of it. So we made a lot of promos for the song 3 that's ready to go now, and the record's done and everything's ready. Not the record, but the song. And so we're like, okay, now by the time the next one comes out, if we start working on that one,
Yep.
then when that comes out, we can just start handing some stuff out. So we're not behind
Content
the 8 ball.
scheduling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's mostly because what ends up happening is you end up getting in the moment, and then you start posting in the moment, and then you're like, oh shit, not it's.
Yeah,
Can I
and
cuss on
I
this?
really have to start
Fuck
using.
yeah, you can cuss on this.
Yeah.
I've definitely said fuck yeah like 4
yeah.
times to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of scheduling programs that you can use later and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a lot to manage.
How do you guys do with that? I mean, is it like
We
that?
don't. I mean, we do what we can.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else is just trying to do,
Yeah, we just filmed another video on Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh, good for you guys.
If I knew there was an actual person that I could contact that I know would give a crap and do it, and not just a company that just goes, oh, here's our connections. We just do, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone's got a solution, but not everyone's gonna care.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's the thing. That's why I'm like, I'm not throwing my money at people who are just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna call 5 people and just send it to the 5 people. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's your fault, not mine.
Right.
yeah. We talked to
You know what I mean? That's how these people work. I mean, booking agents work that way. A lot of times, you know,
Yeah.
as promoters do the same thing.
Oh, the industry
Yeah.
is the industry. Isn't
Yes, it is.
Yes,
So you got to
yes.
find that one person that actually does communicate with the people that work with your project, and that's the fun.
Dude,
game.
we talked to one person about a TikTok schedule, and it
Yeah.
was like 3 videos a day for 30 days, and it was over $1,000. And
That
we
you
ha-
guys had come up with the content for.
we have to make the content. So
It was just the coaching of what to make.
Okay.
and that was
All you have to
it's a schedule, like a schedule, and they would give all the
Like a
concepts.
diet, like a meal plan.
Yeah,
But we still have to cook
you need 35
Yeah.
calories
and buy
here.
the
do.
food.
Right.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it'd be like today you're in a clown mask, tomorrow you're naked.
Yeah.
Right.
On Thursday, you climbed Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
All right.
I don't know, but I could probably fake it.
I mean, the
There's a
way to
filter, I'm
really-
sure.
We have a
The
green
way to
screen.
really do it is
We do have a green screen too.
like you
guess.
come up with a calendar yourself and you know, like come up with a whole bunch of ideas and then do a day of like say filming or conceptualizing all of those different things and then schedule it as such.
Chop it up.
Yeah, why
It
can't
sounds
we just
great.
write the songs?
It's
right?
just
Yeah.
how do you come up with 90 videos?
You
in
make
30
2
days.
really long ones and chop them up.
Yeah,
I mean, you can. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing like with YouTube because I do like
no,
YouTube consulting and also I have done publicity for artists and like one thing about YouTube specifically is that they don't know anything about you or they're not going to promote you unless you have 35 videos on your channel.
yeah,
So they don't know you're
What a weird
exist.
gatekeeping.
yeah,
Yeah, but it makes sense with all of the platforms. They're not going to promote you unless you're constantly utilizing the
Yeah.
platform because if you think about it from a business standpoint, from their standpoint, why would they promote you if you're not promoting them?
yeah.
You know?
Because the people that aren't
Yeah,
verified
about
aren't going to
that.
have
No.
a bunch of
Be
subscribers.
exclusive
Yeah.
to me, and I'll give you the world.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like it's kind of impossible if you're trying to, you know, do everything absolutely yourself and you don't have a team. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, teams are huge.
For YouTube
Yeah.
too, you have to be over 1,000 subs before you start being monetized.
monetization, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
my
wow.
suggestion would be get placements. That's well, actually, I got really lucky with the licensing companies because a lot of independent artists at the time when I was submitting for all of it were not familiar, how to do all of that. Now it's becoming very oversaturated, but that's the thing. You get one good placement, and I spent years and years and years doing my own publicity and getting reviews, and I got one placement that was good and completely trumped everything that I had done previously.
It'd do that.
And that's how I got all of the subscribers that I've had for my solo project from that show, that wasn't anything like that I required money. It was something that, I just got incredibly lucky. So
A buddy of ours he's in voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite
yeah.
also a grind.
Shout out
Yeah.
Dempsey.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes you're working, sometimes you're maintaining, and sometimes you do one thing
Yeah.
one time,
Yeah.
and you're like, great.
He
I'm
ended
good
up
for
on
a
like
bit.
the
Yeah.
LeBron's cartoon. Yeah, I can say that. I can't say his voice, who he does, but I can say the show he's on because he was a cartoon in it. But he got on. He started off doing like red sneakers, but got on with LeBron, and then just has been like you've seen him in Toyota commercials and shit. They've been
Yeah.
running for
And
fucking
then
ever.
it just spreads, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
that's how it
Dempsey.
goes.
Totally.
Yeah, because I've done for example, I do session singing sometimes, and I've done a whole bunch of non-union commercials. But then I got a SAG one a few years ago, and oh my god, had it not been for that commercial, I wouldn't have survived a pandemic because of the residuals.
Fair.
Yeah.
But it's and
The
again,
mailbox money. That's what he
mailbox
calls
money.
it.
Yes,
what we talk about.
it's so true. But
That's why I got into songwriting.
Yeah.
Not why, but
But you consider how few opportunities there are in that regard. It's you spend your whole life, sinking all of this money and sinking all of this time into your craft, and then every now and then you get those little pieces of candy that the universe will throw
hear
you.
that?
Yeah.
We need little pieces of candy.
Come on, universe.
$50 to stop Freebird, right?
Yes, that's where it starts.
That's where it's
That's
at.
where it starts. Absolutely.
All right.
It's okay, so I gotta ask, first instrument.
yeah.
First instrument.
Guitar.
Drums. I mean, I started when I was like 5. That's what I just started
Yeah.
playing drums.
Parents say, "Here, take this."
Well,
Did
no,
you-
my uncle played drums, and they used to practice in my basement when I was
Hell
an
yeah.
infant. So, because my parents were like, my mom was considerably older than her brother.
Gotcha.
And so, which made their mother a little old for a band practicing. So she's like, "Yeah, come play at our place," because my dad played guitar, and then my uncle, his brother played drums. So I was around drums.
It's awesome.
I got into
yeah,
it.
so everyone there's instruments everywhere already.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah. And then I got some like little kits and stuff. So it was cool.
How old are you when you get your first kit?
I had my first kit like, God, maybe 7 or something like that. But it was my uncle's. It was his brother's drums, and I had those for a while.
It's full size.
Yeah, full kit. Yeah, I was in it. It was like a slingerling kit, like those old ones. It
yeah,
was
those are
beautiful.
great.
I wish I could. My
Yeah,
dad's
dude.
like hates himself for not having it.
Well, you've gone backwards now because you have 2 like little kids sets.
Yeah,
Like, in your house.
I think
Yeah.
I'll show you a photo after this, but it's hilarious. And then I got into like, I found a neighborhood kid who had like a Leadwood kit, and I wanted that. And he was selling it for $75 then. My dad's like, "You can come up with 25." I was like, might be 9 or 10, and so I mowed lawns until I could come up with the $25 to
Dude,
get
in
my
Iowa,
part of
there's
it.
some big fucking lots.
That was in Ohio, so there was a lot of
No
there was a
joke.
lot of
Lot of
yards,
Yeah.
and the neighbors all knew about it, so they'd be like, "Yeah, come promote our lawn," 'cause-
Yeah.
So-
There you go.
You draw like a star in it. That's an extra 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. It was awesome. So I wish, so that's how it got me going, and I've been playing ever
great.
since.
Did you have any? I mean, at that age, with everyone playing music around you, did you have any idols of drumming, or it's just like you're already just
I
trying
played
to
to
jam,
the record. Like I played the records where I play like I got into Kiss, of course.
Fuck yeah.
Like, God,
From
of course.
Detroit.
Yeah,
I think we
huge
saw
fucking Kiss
Kiss a
fan.
couple
I was
years ago.
huge when I was a
Yeah.
little kid. I mean, just so into Kiss.
Have you seen live?
I've seen live, yeah.
Dude,
How many
he
times?
came out
Probably
of the
4 or
ceiling.
5 times.
Gene
Yeah.
Simmons
4 or
came out of the
5. Yeah,
ceiling.
perfect.
I have to
yeah,
see
perfect.
them.
I saw them back when they had taken their makeup off, and then I got to see their show like later
Wait,
on.
did
Yeah.
did you see him with Ace?
Yeah, I didn't see him out with Ace. I never got a chance to see him.
We
'Cause I didn't
didn't
go to
either.
concerts until I was in high school. So.
We even painted all of our faces as Ace, and he didn't even show up.
Oh, that's son of a bitch.
What?
But so yeah, that and then like I was into Bonham and stuff, but I wasn't. And Rush, of course,
Oh,
huge,
of course.
huge
Yeah.
Neil Peart fan as a kid.
yeah, yeah. Is
I
that
was
the
like-
go-to? Is he the blueprint?
He kind of for my chops when I was younger, like I had the double bass kit and the whole big thing, just doing
Awesome.
all this chop stuff like as a kid, and then I was like, and I joined this band. They're like, "You get 2 drums, a kick and a snare," and I was like, and I had to make it work, and it was like it was so cool. No, but it was good. But it was
Yeah.
cool because it was a punk band, so it was like it got me playing. We did like all these punk
The
versions
Chads, dude.
of like Neil Diamond, and we were doing Hell and Ready, and like all this like Rainstone Cowboy. It was like a cover band that did all
Is
this.
that the first band?
No, it wasn't my first band, but the
Okay.
first one I got rid of all those drums and
Yeah.
started, and then I got into funk and into soul, and then trying to groove and pocket became really what was more important to me than playing
Of course.
badass fills. I was
Yeah,
just
of
like, I'd
course.
rather watch people do this than people go, "I'm gonna go get a beer." Like I'm going,
I wish you would play solo a little bit more though, because he's really great with all that stuff. He's just shy.
and
He's
then
shy.
I just took over the whole thing. Alex, so you started playing
No,
with your dad, right?
it's okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no,
no.
he
I
can, if
mean,
you have
what-
more
we-
to add, go
Dude,
for
Do you
we're-
guys
it.
have time? No.
I think we're only halfway through the
Yeah,
episode.
we're
so
only-
Oh, good.
yeah,
Cool. We got
yeah,
we
yeah.
got
way
Keep going,
more
Dennis.
time. Yeah.
You have more to add.
I just
My
saw,
first band was in high school.
I just
so.
saw a new video that was released of Bonham like 73, and it was hit that like crazy fucking filth he does. Before what's up?
Moby Dick?
Oh,
Just live Moby Dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Moby Dick, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, he like it was just like a new redone whatever
Oh, okay.
footage. It might have been out already,
Remastered,
but
you can
it
see his
looks,
sweat.
Dude, it looks great, and it sounds fucking insane. And like I just watched that last night. It was funny. You said
Awesome.
Bonham, yeah, just watching him tear ass for like a minute and a half. I was like, all right, I want to see
Wow.
more of that. If you can do
fun.
that shit, fucking do that shit.
It's funny. I remember when I was a kid. Well, the first time I ever played with other musicians, I was probably like 9. With my uncle who played drums, also played piano, and he taught me how to play. The very first song I ever played with another musician was Bad Company.
Bad Company, Bad
I Can't
Company?
Get Enough of Your Love. And then I learned Green Onion. Da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. And he like showed me how to play it. And I was like, it was so awesome to actually play with another musician. was like playing on the piano.
Fantastic.
My dad played a little bass, and it was fun.
That's
And
awesome.
then in high school, you start getting bands. Because, I mean, I started playing so young, it was hard to find
Bands.
other musicians that played at my age.
Yeah, of
you know?
course.
Yeah.
So everything we did was tablature. If it
Yeah.
came out in Guitar Player magazine, that's the song we learned.
Got it.
we live off of guitar tests.
So then are you like doing like a high school band? Did you get into like the
I did high school band.
marching band or
Yeah, I did all
orchestral
that.
or all of it?
Yeah, because when I started, when I first saw it, like in junior high, I was like, why do they have 5 people playing all those? I play that with, they have one guy in a snare going cat,
Right.
one guy in a bass drum, and I'm like, I got all that stuff at home. Like, why do I need?
have
Why do you have
three-
5
Yeah.
guys? And then you get into later on, and you see why they have everyone doing
I
Right,
it.
have 8 different
Dude.
symbols. Why is he with the 2?
What is this, amateur hour?
No, I had a small kid, but I was still, like the drum beats that
Yeah.
they were playing were simple, and
Yeah.
and then in high school I got into jazz
Dude.
band, and I got into
I would love to
marching band.
see you try to play orchestral music just on a kit. That's all you have.
Well,
You're like, "Thump." Oh shit, that doesn't resonate. You're like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like that doesn't sound very
Mallets,
good.
floors.
Timpanis.
Detune
Yeah.
the floor.
You're like, where'd you get those mallets? Like,
Yeah.
no, but because when you get into the advanced, then you realize why they split
yeah.
it all
Right,
up.
right.
It's like, all the
Dude.
rudiments and,
Yeah.
Homeboy who be sitting here is a UCLA jazz drum degree.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what Oliver has. And
That's
I,
what he
nice.
does.
I played
Right.
in orchestra for like ever. I learned like every instrument I could.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like I
So I know who to call for horns then.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not playing that.
Oh, and the Saints. Yeah. Take it away,
I haven't
Nick.
kept up
Go
on
marching
any of it.
in.
I would need to practice for so long to get back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
flute's
have
here.
a flute in there. I have a trumpet in there.
Oh, it's badass.
It's here.
So you
Yeah.
do a lot of Jethro Tull?
Aqualung.
Yeah. Well, now I do Lizzo, so
All right.
I teach kids how to play Lizzo. So.
We're
Sitting
gonna
on
book
the
a 4-hour
park bench.
set.
No.
Yeah, 2
I mean-
Lizzo, 2
Yeah.
Jethro Tull. What are you listening to? What is it all classic
Yeah.
rock? Like, what's the house raising you on music wise?
Yeah, what did your parents listen
Oh,
to
when I
as
was,
you're growing up?
I grew up. I mean, I was a big Floyd fan as a kid,
course,
sure.
and of course, what was on a lot of what was on the radio at the time, and this will date me, but I was like, like Zeppelin and Tom Petty and like all that kind of whatever was playing classic rock at the
Yeah,
time.
some of the greatest
You
rock and roll
know,
songs ever written ever.
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
My
Yeah.
dad was into like old school, like he played in bands back in the 50s, so he was playing that
Dude.
kind of rock and roll. So I grew up around that.
That's my favorite shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what my
so it
parents
was
played
awesome.
for me.
So yeah,
Yeah,
a little
Stones,
bit of everything. Then I had
Aerosmith.
older sisters who got me into, different rock.
What they
Stuff.
started exposing you
Joey?
to.
Let me see. Well, but I think I started listening to more rock than they did. But like Leif Garrett, of course.
Yeah. I think.
I mean, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh no, that
I
was
think
David Cassidy.
that's David
sorry.
Cassidy,
Yeah,
you know,
sorry.
all
Have
that
you
kind
seen
of-
him?
See, I've loved everything from rock to like the poppiest of the pop. I mean,
Sure.
I love just straight up cheesy pop.
Then
Yeah.
did you have like a Teenage Rebellion music? The first thing that was like
Yeah.
yours, like
The Partridge Family.
No, the closest thing was maybe Floyd for me or something like that. But I
Okay.
didn't have I didn't have to rebel because my family is all musicals.
Yeah.
I mean, my
Yeah.
dad was, and I was around it. So
Was like the first thing that became your music that not anyone else's influence?
I think it was like Kiss and like Floyd and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think I got into that, and then
Okay.
and Rush, of course. I got way into Rush, so I started. Of course, for me it was like Moving Pictures when it came out. Like those songs. Then I started doing the deep dive.
Yep.
Crest of Steel and
Nice.
all that kind of stuff. Fly by Night and like all their when they got all proggy.
When they
Hemispheres,
became
2112.
Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Canadians, by the way.
Yeah.
They are
Can I
Canadian.
finish?
Right? Kind of. Okay, I'm finished.
So I mean, here I was at like 11 or 12 playing Rush. I go, I can't get it. Kicking my drums over, all pissed off. Like, well, that guy's been playing,
Yeah.
But I, started figuring it out. But I was never one of those guys who learned the exact licks. Like, I just kind of played along to it. I mean, I picked up licks, but I never
Yeah.
was someone who really
You're
dug
like, oh, the
into.
fill is this long and has that feel. All right, let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, something like that. I mean, I picked up on some of it, but I know friends of mine who could just
Play it
they
all.
knew it like it was a xylophone part or something.
Yeah. I
never
usually
really
know
did
like
that.
one lick and I just use it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, or like I played all
Yeah.
different kinds of music, and I kind of use it as more of a metronome just to play along to. It's
Yeah,
not like I'm
totally.
learning
Well,
the song; I'm
yeah.
using it to kind of get the feel and the groove, and then play some fills over it. And
Oliver will do his drum Mondays, and I think he's satisfied with like 80 to 90%. Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna get it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You get what song I'm playing,
And in
right?
fact,
You know,
this
Yeah.
fill could be just a little bit cooler.
Right.
Just a little bit. Just a
I mean,
little
no one's gonna notice unless it's like a truly iconic drum part, you know.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then
I want to meet the guy.
I can feel it.
It's like what?
You
Wasted
really
away
Artistic
in
license
Margarita
there,
Land.
you know. Right. That would be hilarious.
just blast beats down. First instrument.
Guitar.
Okay, how old?
Geeter.
I think I was like 12.
How did it arrive?
My dad
In a box?
actually. No, my father is a guitar player, so
Great.
there was an acoustic guitar that was always sitting in him and my mom's bedroom, and I would just kind of go in all the time when I was younger, and I was just kind of curious, and I'd be like plucking the strings, like bling bling, you know, trying to make something happen. And I remember even like, you know, because I've always been a writer, you know, just trying to conceptualize and write songs even when I didn't know how to play on it. So yeah, my dad would play like the Beatles for my brother and I, or the James Bond thing, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was
James
just-
Bond.
Well, I
thing.
mean, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's the best.
So
My favorite.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought it was so cool, and I idolized my dad, so I picked up guitar for that reason.
Did you go straight acoustic first? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a Takamine acoustic, and I ended up, you know, using that, and I went to guitar lessons, and I started with that, and then one year for Christmas, they surprised me with my very own Fender Strat, which I still have to this day.
Yeah.
And I have to change out the guts. It's been having some electrical issues, but
Uh-oh.
I still have it.
I mean, if they're decent pickups, you know, it's just
Yeah.
a new control.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just it has to be soldered, and I don't trust myself
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
We
at
got,
all.
we got a guy. It just takes a while.
Yeah,
We got a guy.
yeah, we got a guy.
Yeah, we got a cool old guy who works on a bunch of good people's guitars, and
Okay.
he does an insane work.
He just
insane
takes
work.
a month.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, as long
that's his thing.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
haven't played it in a month, you know.
I
bring
mean,
it
we
on
have. If you go to my house, like you'll see how many guitars I have, or we have
It is
my husband and
insane. Her husband plays
So-
guitar too, so.
I. Yeah,
then. How many are you up to now?
man, just in the house, like probably like 15 or 16.
On the
But
walls.
that's just on the walls, you know. Or we have the stand that has about like 5 or 6 on, and then my husband just keeps buying them, and then because you know I work for
It's like Craig's my husband.
or
He just
like
keeps buying.
just keeps getting them. They just keep showing
You
up.
guys walked right past the guitar
Yeah.
arsenal. It's all
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
corner
Yeah.
where the vocal booth
Actually,
would be.
I've been getting really bad with basses.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I've been just buying
They're
basses.
paintbrushes, you see.
Well, it's true. And then like in my mom, because my dad has the same problem. He has like I don't know how many different guitars at his house. My mom's like, you don't need so many guitars, but he's like, but each one
She's
has
wrong.
a different tone. I'm like, you're wrong. You're wrong. And she's like, back me up. And I'm like, no, I can't back you up on this one. I'm sorry.
Have
And
you
then-
been to my house?
Yeah, well, my husband found this company called West Creek Guitars on Amazon, and I can't tell you how many, like, we bought 3 of them right then and there.
Use the code.
I have 3 now.
Batfarm
He
for
has 3 because
10%
I
off.
convinced him to buy some, and then I convinced my dad, and I should be like their brand ambassador.
Yeah.
All on the
They're-
same day, they made a sale of 7 guitars.
Yeah, got an Explorer.
Copy, yeah.
Yeah,
What is it
Explorer
called?
copy, and then
Crest?
it was
West Creek.
West
It's
Creek.
only on Amazon, and they keep disappearing and reappearing because I think that they're.
Yes, one
ri-
of
yeah.
those.
because they have like
I love 'em.
Yeah.
The guts of Gibson. I mean, pretty much. I
They're
mean,
about to be sued, so they keep
Yep.
doing the
Yes.
move.
Yeah, and the guitars are like
need an Explorer.
$160.
I need an Explorer in the house. I need
Yeah,
an Explorer
yeah.
in the house.
And then
I
I
have
got-
2 of them. I have one in purple and one in red.
What is my green?
Yours
I have
is
a green. I have a
green.
green one, and I
Yeah.
have a red hollow body, like a beautiful hollow body
Yeah.
that I got, and
Gang,
then
I love this.
And then I
got-
Hot tips.
Yeah.
and then I got what was the other one? The baby Les Paul?
the
miniature
yeah.
Les Paul?
Yes,
what
the
they
Les
call
Paul
'em?
Jr.
Yeah, Les Paul
We
Jr.
got the
Yeah.
Les
I don't
Paul
have a Les
Jr.
Paul in the house either.
Oh,
I know,
you gotta
I
get
know, I
one.
know.
You gotta
I'm not
get
a
one.
Gibson guy. I'm not
Oh
a
yeah,
Gibson
yeah.
guy.
I get
Yeah,
it.
he's got
I have a
bunch of
studio,
nice
I love it.
Telecasters, you know.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
Telecasters
that
are
fits what you guys.
amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that's
we have a
awesome.
Strat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the good thing about these kind of guitars is like they sound amazing, and then
The hardware's great.
And the hardware's, I mean, usually when you see the hardware, they're usually
Yeah.
like, you have to replace them when you get it. But this is actually good.
Yeah, plastic.
No, but it's
Yeah.
actually really good. My husband, because it kept getting, I don't know where
Yeah,
he
they're totally
originally
gonna
saw
get
it, but
sued.
they
Yeah.
were,
Can you
like
order
the
me one?
reviews
I'll
were
pay right
amazing.
now.
Yeah.
But what's nice too is, because I've worked for like Guitar World, and then also I'm a writer, so I write for Guitar Girl magazine. I have a column with them.
Shout
So-
outs, come on.
Yeah.
dope.
But what I was gonna say about all of that, that's part of the reason why I have so many great guitars too. Because like I'll do a review and I'll end up falling in love with the guitar, and I'll write to them and say, hey, can I get like an industry discount? Or sometimes they're nice and they'll
Yeah.
give the stuff to you. But I end up never making any money from any of the stuff that I write because I end up just buying whatever they send me.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
But but a lot like some friends of mine told me that they'll like when guys go on tour, they'll buy these guitars, like the cheap guitars they can beat the shit out of on
Yep.
the tour, and then they sound good, they look good.
Yeah.
And they break it out. Screw it, I'll just buy another one later.
I do not want to take my Rickenbacker to the
Yeah,
middle of
man.
Kansas.
I won't
No.
even
Why
go to
would-
live
why
shows
would I
with
do
mine.
that?
Yeah.
No,
It's
please.
been sitting up there, and I just play it at practice.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
even
rather
my
not.
studio now, like if I were to resell that, that's probably worth a good like $2,000 or something at least.
Yeah. I don't know how well studios hold their value, but it sounds great.
This one?
That's the one I have.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep.
It looks great.
They
That's
sounds
sound
great, too.
great. Yeah,
I mean,
they
we had to
sound
get them set
great.
up, but
Yeah.
every guitar that shows up at your house has to get
every
set up.
guitar.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh,
always
it's
fucked up.
pisted fender. I got the gold foil
And there's
telly
Explorer
that
right
came
there,
out this
right?
year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
189, Craig.
I'm getting one.
You have to get they're great guitars.
I have to do it. I have to have an Explorer in the house.
And even
I mean,
if it isn't great, you'd be like,
Just
yeah, it's
change
worth
out the
$150
guts.
bucks.
I need something that can face melt in the house, and I don't have anything that.
awesome.
Yeah. Everything I have is Tom Petty as shit. Like everything I have.
no, you're
He
gonna love
doesn't-
it.
He
We-
doesn't.
Yeah, it's pretty Tom
Yeah.
Petty.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Everything I
put it
have.
through because we have a
but Tom
little
Petty's
spark
great.
amp at
It
home
is.
from Positive Grid, and my husband was just like playing on. He's like, "Holy shit, this sounds fucking great!" God
damn it.
It was $100
Craig
$180
can't hold in his excitement.
I know.
and then they have coupons. It was like $20 off. I was like,
You sold me. You sold me.
"You sold me. Get out of here."
So
We bought 3 and in one sitting.
Okay. Well.
But
We got sidetracked from
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is it gonna sound as good as this?
Get out of here! What are you listening to in the house? What are your parents raising you on?
They raised me on everything from like the Stones to like Tchaikovsky.
Cool.
Just a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Stones is my jam.
even like new agey kind of stuff. Things like as out there as like Bela Fleck.
Cool.
And the Flecktones and the Rippingtons and all of that stuff. And then I did a really deep dive for whatever reason. I don't know how I discovered it, but blues. I just got so deep into that. And I liked a lot of the young guns that were coming out around the time of like the early 2000s, like Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Johnny Lang
Fuck yeah.
and
Yeah, Johnny Lang's great.
Shannon Kerfman, Susan Tedeschi,
Totally.
Derek Trucks. So
Of course.
after I got into that, I started to go back even further. I'm like, well, who influenced these people? So I
That
would,
new age stuff is like excellent, like really graduated songwriting approach with
Oh,
the
yeah.
same kind of vibe, feel, and finesse that only like that genre of the
Oh,
blues
yeah.
kind of did. Yeah, but then you
Yeah.
go right backwards.
yeah, and then I was just like, who inspired these people? And then I went back as far as like Delta blues and like Dinah Washington and even I'm trying to think like Lightnin' Hopkins.
The tastiest.
Yeah. Lightnin' Hopkins is freaking insane. Yeah, insane stuff. Or Muddy Waters. And my parents were like, I don't know, they're like, we think you're like a reincarnation of like an old black man from the Delta or something. I don't know. Like,
And you're like, yeah!
I'm like, "Yeah."
Just covering the bases.
Yeah.
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 You found a home in that sound.
Yeah, and I remember people were always like ripping on my vibrato, especially when I was coming up as a kid, and they're like, scale back the vibrato. Are you in Broadway? And I'm like, fuck no. I'm like, I listen to the blues. This
You're like, this is Lead Belly,
this
dude.
is Lead Belly. Lead Belly is the shit. Lead Belly is awesome.
Dude,
That's hilarious.
Son House, like,
Yeah. Oh,
God.
yes.
Some of these
yes,
recordings
I
are
love
like,
that you, yeah.
some of these recordings are like, that's what recorded music was invented to do.
Right.
Like to just, something in the way. Yeah, exactly. Like Son House is just going, I just got a guitar and I'm doing like the fucking truth right now, and you're like,
Right.
okay, well, this is gonna last forever. Mm-hmm. That's like
it's
the
crazy.
coolest thing I've ever heard.
Before then,
Yeah.
too, did that ever happen? No.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
step to make that happen
But-
is bigger than anyone that's ever going to come
Oh yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But I mean, like all of this music, all of these things, these musicians we were just talking about. Where do you think they got their influences? And it
Yeah.
goes back that far.
Diving back.
Yeah, and I've loved, just throughout my life going back farther and farther. Like, we even love like dime store music. We're like, yeah,
totally. Yeah.
like we love
Oh
all
my sweetie pie.
Yeah, exactly.
But the recordings of those are so awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
So
how,
dope.
Yeah.
how they sound is part of the character of the song itself, and it's like
It
that's the
almost
thing.
sounds like everything's coming out of a Wurlitzer.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's just like a lot of that. There was like where they would place the mic, and then they would put the musicians in different places to get the mix
Yeah.
that they needed, because they weren't
Right.
running 5
There's
tracks.
a fucking orchestra in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge ass studio, and some dude is doing the orchestra, and there's one person in front of the microphone.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then it sounds like
Dude.
trash can like cymbals,
It's that old Abbey Roads studio
man.
where they just have everyone in there. And,
Yeah.
But everyone's just parceled out and segregated just like perfectly.
But it's the warmth of the recordings
Yeah.
is just.
What about like all the energy that was in there with all those people? Of
Oh,
course.
God, yeah.
Like the actual live sync together versus just doing tracking one
That-
by one by one.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the hardest thing for us is just like, being a 2-piece, not being able to do that.
Have an entire orchestra.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, no, not an orchestra, but I mean, to
be
have
awesome.
that feeling of like when, that feeling like you guys have. You guys can work a song out in a room together and jam it and
Yeah.
feel it and see what, and then, when you get in the studio, of course, what you're doing, you go, oh, what are you playing that note? That's ridiculous. That doesn't work with that note.
Sure.
But for the most part, you can get the feel of the song. Like us, we have to kind of write the song, record the song, track
Yeah,
it, then we play it.
Yeah. So I gotta know like the composition end. How do things come about to where now we're jamming it and then it becomes a song?
It depends. Sometimes I'll go to Dennis with, a song that I started conceptualizing just on acoustic guitar and then bring it to him and then we'll start building it from there. Sometimes you'll come to me with
Yeah.
like almost an
finished
entire
song.
finished song
Like
fleshed
music-wise,
out.
like
and
I'll-
then,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. I was just going to say then I'll top line it and then like add some other things in there. It just depends. It's I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that each song has a certain way of coming about. It just
Yeah.
depends on.
You guys clock into the lab together.
Yeah. No, actually, sometimes it's so funny. It's a lot of it's pretty individual. Like I'll sit in my room and I'll just start in my studio and I'll start messing with some ideas, get a drum beat, and start building a track. All of it, like just all of the parts.
Got
Most
it.
of not the vocals, but I mean, and then I'll send it to her and she'll get inspired. She'll sing over it on her own and maybe write the lyrics. Lately, we've been kind of collaborating on lyrics a little bit, but not. She does the bulk of them.
Got it.
She's more of the poet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this kind of concept, maybe something like this. And she's like, okay. And then sometimes I just have to leave her alone and she'll just come up with some of these ideas, So.
Yeah, and then like when we were doing a lot of the licensing stuff, especially that's when we would sit more in the room together.
Yeah, that's okay. Where's the bullseye?
Yeah. And we just
Yeah.
start throwing ideas at each
Yeah.
other, just like, and then that was a lot of fun.
Oh,
I
that's
miss
a
that.
blast! Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we did this song, it was called "All About That Money."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
Great
because it was yeah,
'cause
because
we-
that yeah.
It was
what we're
funny. We were
doing.
sitting there like doing this licensing thing, and I found this riff, and I said, "It's all about the money." And she's like, "Yep." And then she came up with all the lyrics after that.
yeah.
Have you guys ever done a Batfarm song like that?
A couple, like,
Where
maybe
you just
some
sit down
ideas.
together and
no,
just-
I don't think we've
Not
ever just sat
usually.
down and just like we've had some like skeletons of ideas that started, and then we would sit down together and maybe
You
start
heard it here
building
first,
it.
dude. They're gonna write a whole album together. Like that.
I mean, it's together, but it's not together. It's really weird. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I throw something at it, and then she goes, "Hey, it kind of looks like a dog," and then she starts putting the ears on it, and I'm like, "Yeah, but maybe this kind of dog," and I color it. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
It's just like we just kind of,
Yeah.
it's, Mad Libs. Like we're just kind of going through.
That's a
and
Great Dane.
that needs some spots over
Bringing
there.
it full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, that's kind of how we do it. But so it's still a process. Like what she throw on it will inspire me to put something different on it,
Great.
and then we just kind of build back and forth after that.
What do you guys do? Do you write in the
We
same
used
room
to
together? or-
do.
It keeps evolving.
Yeah.
We keep changing it
What
depending
we've
on what
evolved
the
to
thing is.
now is literally we all write riffs. We just throw the riffs in. Riffs are like 20 seconds long, just pretty much a couple ideas, and then we just like shoot them out. So we did like 30 in the desert the other 5 months ago, I guess now. Where is that long ago?
You're
Is
like,
it even longer?
I'm looking at my
Oh,
calendar.
Yeah.
It was actually 2 years ago.
Yeah. So we write
It was in
riffs.
May. It was in mid-May.
Yeah, we
Okay.
write riffs, and then we just like literally sit down and be like, "Do you like this riff?" And it's like, "Man, maybe if you change this, like, put it in. Do you like it? Yeah, move on."
Yeah.
And then if it's something we like, we're just like, "All right, what's the verse?" And we just sit around with acoustic guitars and just like all look at them and just try to write something cool. And then what's the chorus? Is there a tag? Is there a bridge? And then we end up. We got 30 or something or 20, and then we cut down. We're gonna cut down to like 11, and then 8 of them will make an EP, LP, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It keeps being a graduated approach. We spent a
Yeah.
couple years just doing the singles game with a bunch of producers, where it's okay. Let's work with this producer. Okay, I want to do 2 songs with you guys. Okay, here's Craig's 50 voice memos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Right?
Yeah.
And before that, it was all right. Producer want to do 2 songs. Okay, here's Craig's fully finished songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a demo, and it seems like you have something really fleshed out. Let's start with something fresh. And then the band's like, let's start with something fresh. So now it's just fucking fresh.
Yeah.
It's just fucking fresh.
Yeah.
So I'll sit down in a room with them and I'll play the voice memos to them in the room and be like, this is what this one sounds like, as opposed to sending them 50 and saying, which ones do you like, formulating.
Yeah.
I don't know how this next one will go.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it
know
may
either.
turn into, guys, I have these 10 next record after that.
Yeah.
These are the 10. Let's make them work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
funny.
I've had most fun this way though.
I know. The idea was all 3 of
Yeah.
us be obsessed with what we're doing.
No, you have to be.
Yeah.
For the last time, we did like 50 or something, cut down to 13.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
We'll never look at him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they'll show up. Sometimes
No,
they'll
not
show
in
up like
this
10
band.
years later. I mean, how many times have we done that? We've come up with a riff and then like 15 years later, like, oh yeah, like this thing that I would mess around with
we
before.
don't do the what is dead may never die.
Yeah.
Well, in this last batch of demos, there were 2 fleshed out ideas that had the same riff in them.
It was
They
perfect.
started with the same fucking riff, but then the songs totally veered off into different
Yeah.
directions.
Yeah.
So then I had to listen back to it and be like, that cannot stand. So I changed both of them. So neither of them have that riff anymore.
Well, that happens sometimes. Or like, how many times the
Okay.
one song? Okay, you tell the story.
Okay. So we had the
Yeah,
song
Diet
that's
Coke
that
out.
is
Oh, we have cold. We have colds.
Oh, we have cold ones.
so
yeah.
I brought
so
some
we
from
do.
there.
But they'll be cold.
Okay.
But they're cold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome, guys.
You're like, please get rid of them. We don't drink
Yeah,
that.
those are cold. Those are the cold ones.
I could wait till he's back.
no.
So there's a song that's on our EP in the Belfry. Batfarm
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
Belfry.
yeah, in the
So
Belfry.
Forgotten and Transmission, but we couldn't get that to feel right. So we rewrote that song.
Thank
I
you.
think 6-7 times, and ended up with the original version on the record.
Yeah.
But we almost put out a record with the versions of that song that we
Yeah,
rewrote.
that's how many
Actually,
came
one
out
of the
of it.
songs is going to be with the other band that I'm doing right now. I did a version of it, like
Which one?
the Tick Tick Boom.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't sound anything like it. But it was inspired by
Just
that.
reworked it.
It just completely. You would if you heard them decide, but you'd be like, that's not the same.
Totally.
But it was inspired to be this song because we got a call to do a licensing song for like some tech thing. So I started writing this really trippy, bizarre, and then my friend liked it and he's like, I want to sing over that. So yeah, so our band Last Knife, which
Last knife?
Yeah.
I like that.
is
like
so
that.
that's the one has something in the way, but he's singing on this version of that song. So I'm gonna have two releases of the same, not the same song.
That's the
but
name of the band is Last Knife.
yeah.
Freaking Jared.
Me and Jared used to be.
I don't know.
Jared and I were in a band together years ago that was very Deftone-y. It was called Dear
Cool.
Damien,
Dear Damien.
and it was really cool. It just that it was one of those bands that had to self-destruct.
Last knife. We love band names.
It was
We're-
kind of
we're
our,
obsessed with
and the
band
reason
names.
it's after is because like we've both been doing it for so long. This is kind of our last stab at
Great.
music. So Last Knife.
I like that.
That's why where the name came from. Like kind of our last stab together to do something together. And make
I thought it
something.
had to do with like,
No,
you know.
no, not cutting yourself in the bathtub with warm
Or
water or
killing
anything.
someone.
Yeah, oh, that too. Yeah. I mean, that's what the
Oh, we
industry
have a
makes
ton
you
of
want to
band
do
names.
sometimes.
We have a project called Cyborg Kitten. We have Cobra Cuddles. We have what's the other
Al
band?
Dente,
Al Dente, which is
Alex and Dennis.
that was our licensing thing. What's the other band?
Not quite finished. Xanax Monkey.
Yeah, Xanax Monkey.
Did you ever hear that story about the monkey that ripped the woman's face off
Yeah.
after they fed him Xanax and wine?
It was like a gorilla or something.
yeah,
it's
or
just
no,
like-
chimp.
It was
Yeah,
a chimp,
chimp,
and
yeah.
it just tore some woman's skin right off her face.
Yeah, in front of her friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got into the Xanax and just lost it.
No, she was feeding it
Oh, she
Xanax
was feeding
and
it?
wine.
Oh,
Yeah, and she was fucking it.
Are you serious? I mean, why
Yeah,
not? I guess you're feeding it Xanax.
I mean, that's literally in the news article.
I didn't
Yeah.
know
She had
that.
like a sexual relationship with the thing.
Chia.
That sounds something like, you know, would have sex with a monkey.
Sex with a monkey?
Wow.
I don't know how that's racist,
So,
but
it is.
Yeah.
But it's,
But you didn't hit it.
yeah, it's funny how things can get
speciesist.
inspired like that.
Yeah.
But
a standard question. What's the first record you bought with your own money?
Yeah.
Green Day Dookie.
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
That makes a lot, to be honest. A lot
Yeah.
of
Grand
people.
Slam. How do you go wrong, right? How do you go wrong with something like that?
Yeah, and you know what? My mom actually came to see Green Day with me when I was in 7th grade. 'cause
Shit, yeah.
My mom's awesome.
Dude, my mom's awesome
Yeah.
too.
She's really cool.
Awesome mom.
Yeah.
She's
On the
best.
Nimrod tour, which was my favorite record of theirs,
Oh.
actually.
Wow.
Still to this day?
I would say so because it has a very like 50s kind of feel to it.
He got
which
to
I love.
write more styles out of it.
Yeah,
Man,
they're great
I like
songwriters.
that.
I mean,
so
I don't
good.
care what people say about the genre. They're just writing great songs.
Oh yeah,
And that's why they're
I love
so
their
successful.
last album. What's that one?
All
that-
the
How
records.
it's been 30
Dude.
years. Yeah.
That's what
They're
people don't
always
understand
good.
is that
always good.
you know, all these bands are technically pop bands, like Alice in Chains
They're all
and
pop
all those guys, in the sense that they're writing great
Hold
hooks.
your
I mean, even Black Sabbath, there are these bands that are iconic. The reason iconic isn't because of their sound, is they took that sound and wrote a great song with it. And that's why people still remember them. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about those guys. Is they're not basic songwriters, but they're writing songwriting 101.
Sorry,
they're
gang, but pop is short for popular.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sorry guys.
So if
yeah.
I mean, there's a
you've-
reason why
if
Nickelback's
you've done it, you've done it.
Yeah.
They
So-
killed it doing their sound.
That's funny.
Why does everyone give them so much shit?
Because it's the same song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know,
Are you
it's,
talking
it's a
about
good
Green Day?
song. No.
Nickelback.
Oh,
Nickelback.
Oh, yeah. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
But they're
I see what's
so-
happening here. I'm gonna step out of this conversation, but they
That's
are
all right.
Canadian. No, I think
very
they are right. I
Canadian.
don't know.
No, that's it. They are
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
But it's a formula. It's a formula, and
Yeah.
it's one sound as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I mean, just like him disappeared, Creed disappeared. They're all
Yeah.
one sound.
I was really shocked with Creed because they had songs that were popular, I guess, but that sound that they had was 10 years late.
That's what I
So I was
thought,
really
too.
shocked that it blew up. I was like, you're singing like guys in the early 90s. How is this working? But it did.
Because
They
Christ
were
rules, man.
Inspirational.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Christian
That's right.
market.
Yeah.
That
The
that's,
major labels put an extra couple bucks behind like the Switchfoots and the Creeds
Yes.
and the PODs.
Switchfoot is
and
freaking awesome.
They
though.
Yeah.
are. Hey,
I love Switchfoot.
Hey.
There's nothing wrong
hey,
with them.
Yeah.
Marshall Ryan's a great guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever
Some of those-
inspires you to be a musician, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not shoving your message down someone's throat too hard, and you're just kind of
that's
putting it
what-
out there for
yeah.
people to listen
Yeah.
to and either
Yeah.
grab or not grab,
think it's,
I'm all about it.
Speaking of shoving messages, that Antifa guy, huh?
What? Get him
I
out of
fucking
here.
hated
He's
that guy from the beginning.
absolutely-
Which guy?
I think it's the guy from Anti-Flag, right?
Yeah, the lead singer of Anti-Flag,
He's
he
like
was-
a fucking rapist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
wow.
yeah.
That's someone that shoved his
yeah,
message down
yeah.
people's throat about the government for so
Yeah.
fucking long.
Jesus.
I always hated how much he preached about his shit.
Oh, God. And who was
I'm so glad. Fuck you.
who was the guy that was a child molester? He was like in one of those
Oh, it
emo
was,
bands, I think
yeah,
it was.
it was like
Okay, now you say that when you start to, if anyone does that, they're gonna see Warped Tour because it's a bunch of those fucking
What's
assholes.
the-
Oh, God,
it's
really?
a bunch of those fucking assholes.
Yeah,
who's,
it's
I
too
know
bad.
who you're talking about. I cannot remember the
I-
fucking name.
Is it Ronnie Radke? Is that? I can't.
Craig, you know the band too.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
do.
There's no way you don't. We were Warped Tour kids.
You know what they are? Okay,
They're fucking canceled.
first record
Yeah.
with your own money.
Oh, me. Oh, I got Pink Floyd The Wall.
The Wall.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the first one I bought with my own money. But back when I was a kid, they had the Publisher Clearinghouse, like you get
yeah.
like 12 records or something.
No, that
or 20.
wasn't Publishers
No,
Clearinghouse.
was that-
that
was
was
it-
Columbia House.
Columbia House.
That'd be
there it is.
awesome if it was
Publisher
Publishers
Clearinghouse. No, they just get all that
Clearinghouse.
money. But you know, here I go. So yeah, you get all those-
Columbia, BMG.
Yeah, you
a
get
whole
those
bunch of clubs. Yeah.
So a penny, of course. And you have to buy 35 records at $100 a piece.
I totally did too.
Oh, I did
totally
too.
But I
That's
got all these Kiss records from that. It wasn't me, but my parents let me pick a few. I got like Dressed to Kill, and I think Rock and Roll Over, and and I totally got into the from
What's
there.
the best Kiss record?
Oh God, that's a tough one. Rock and Roll Over, but Detroit, the Destroyer's amazing.
Destroyer.
That's the one I was.
It's tough.
That's the one that I really. I mean, that,
The rest of them.
I know.
Yeah, but Rock and Roll Over is
70% filler.
It's a lot of fun. Rock and Roll. I think Rock and Roll Over has Hard Luck Woman.
Yeah.
And what's the others? Yeah. I mean, some of the songs are fun, but the lyrics are written for 15-year-old boys. Most of those.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's like.
They're still 15-year-olds.
Yeah. All of our minds, we
Perpetually
still are.
15.
Yeah.
But that was I loved those guys at the time. But I was really into Floyd because that really inspires me when I write music. It's like it's all about the feel and just like intertwining.
Are you David or Roger?
Gilmour is a huge I love him, but I love the
But,
composition
and there it
of.
goes.
But I love the composition of Waters. But I
Yeah.
don't necessarily, What?
You have to drown one. Who dies?
Oh God,
Save yourself. Drown one.
Well, knowing what I know about him, I'd save
Waters?
Gilmour.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Roger Waters.
Gilmour said.
Roger Waters kind of got in. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. But
Okay,
yeah,
all
I knew a
right.
guy who toured with him. But
It's fine.
but it's cool. But I mean, their sound and just like the way that they
Yeah.
were able to take simple chord changes and orchestrate them up. That's kind of what I'd like to do with us. Like that's why we have all these epic choruses and stuff like that. Because
Totally.
I like to just add simple things and simple melodies.
Yeah.
That combine.
And the rushness, like
Yeah.
yeah, make it like
larger
a
than life.
soundscape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a movement.
Yeah, totally. So everything's kind of a soundtrack almost.
What's the best Floyd record?
You know what? I'm a huge "Wish You Were Here" fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and and then
This
some of the older stuff.
sounds like an educated
Yeah,
an answer of wisdom. You know?
yeah. And I mean,
Listen.
Animals is fun and everything. And then Pink Floyd, The Wall. The more you get into the early Floyd, you start realizing they ripped a lot of themselves off.
Yeah, are you a Sid
the-
fan?
What's that?
Are you a Sid Barrett fan?
It was fun. And live and like some of their like the more progressive stuff was kind of trippy and fun. I didn't,
Sure.
And for me, I mean, I've never touched drugs in my life at all.
Peter's Genesis is cool.
So yeah.
Peter's Genesis is cool.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
huge Genesis fan too.
Yeah.
Like the early Genesis with
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel. It's amazing. But since I don't do drugs, I've never touched anything like pot, nothing, even though I have dreadlocks. That was kind of my drug. So it's been, but everyone sees me with dreads and they're like, hey, dude, where's the
It's
pot?
racist against my
Yeah.
dreadlocks.
Yeah.
So, but that has been my drug, like that kind of music, like Massive Attack or any of the kind of
Oh,
like weird,
yeah.
like trippy, like Portishead or bands
Oh.
like that are like the kind of things that
Yeah.
I really dig into.
Nice.
Kind of put me in that state without having to, throw on
like,
a lava lamp and sit down and.
Yeah. So like soundscape. Do you like a Godspeed You Black Emperor? Do you like okay.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I'm not deep diving into all, I don't know she knows more about what I know than I know what I know. If that makes any sense. We've been friends for so long, but she's like all up in the popular culture and like all these records, and I'll be like, yeah. Oh yeah, that record. I remember that. I
like
know
that.
all those songs. I just don't know. I'm a drummer. What do you expect?
Then I got to throw this out
retain.
because I'm sure you're both going to say yes. The band is garbage.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's just
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Wait.
Yeah. Like if you guys toured right now, who would you want to tour
Garbage
with?
would be a great fit, I think.
Yeah, that's been a big issue for us, not knowing because we're kind of all over the place. Like we played
Sure.
with like punk bands here, and
yeah.
then we'd go.
Oh, you
Well,
can fit
play
with
with
a
a-
bunch of different acts.
Yeah,
Who
so I
the, who
don't
the
know.
fuck do we play with?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing.
Well,
it's
it's
a
the
problem.
same with you guys. I mean, you have the same issue, which is
Yeah.
not necessarily an issue.
A little too rock for punk, a little too punk for rock.
That's
Yeah.
That's exactly how we are.
And you just
but-
have a great energy, and it's
But that's
just-
what I love about the Dollhut. I know that's where we played. It's just we're so not punk rock, but I guess because we're not punk rock, it's punk rock. You know what I'm
playing
saying?
the Dollhut.
Right.
And that's what I love.
Not being a
about
punk rock band and showing up, and I really
My
love the.
least favorite place.
Well, I don't think that
On the
it's a
planet.
great place. I don't know how to put it, but it's like, what I like about it is just that they've kind of embraced.
about
You know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's playing someone's basement, like in the
Yeah.
Midwest.
Feels
It's
like
like that
playing
vibe. I don't look at it as a
someone's
club
basement.
gig. I look at it as
Yes.
going to my buddy's house and jamming.
Totally.
That's how I look at the Dollhut.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
kind of vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I can't believe that they actually can pull off our show there because we're running some tracks.
Well,
We
good.
also have to
You
run
didn't-
shit on the stage though.
But,
didn't
but
wanna
it's like
play
that, but
there.
worse because there's tweakers and meth heads everywhere.
Yeah, some of it.
Charm.
It's just
There
like,
are, but I mean,
yeah. Well,
I just think I don't know. It's like it's very familiar to me, and
Yeah.
like the people.
Fair.
I mean, the people who are really nice people.
I'm
There's
not
some great
judging
people.
you because you like the place.
No, of course.
But I am.
He hates the place. It's like his least favorite place in the world.
I've been
think.
talking
Yeah.
shit on Dollhut.
What other
for
spots
40
do you like in
episodes.
SoCal?
oh, to play?
Yeah.
The Viper's great.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other places.
You guys ever play Wayfair, Tiki?
Oh, I love the Wayfair.
yeah,
we played there.
So nice.
I played there as a just solo.
We played like Bordner's, like when it was
Bordner's is great.
like Bar Sinister. We played there.
Right, Alex's bar.
We
I
haven't
don't
played
know.
there yet, but I know of it. Alex's
Yeah.
bar.
Long Beach spots?
Oh, I'd
Yeah,
love to
Long
play.
Beach.
Yeah.
We want to expand out our network to start playing a bunch of different clubs. We
Yeah,
just
there's a lot of
haven't.
good ones in San Diego too. We've been having fun with.
Yeah.
Link it
Out
up
of town shows. I think I saw flyers for like San Fran and
Yeah, we just came back
There you
from
go.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
But that was a solo thing for her. But it was
Got
great.
it.
It was still great, though. It was awesome. Because another girl who had songs on Dance Moms, Rachel Sage, was
Gotcha.
coming through town.
Shout
and
out
she,
Rachel.
Shout
and,
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she
good
asked
job.
Alex to join the show. So we played the Mint, and then we went to San Francisco and
Dope.
played, what was it called again?
It was called the
The
Lost
Lost
Church.
Church.
This
Cool.
place was
Oh.
incredible.
So cool. It was
The
such a cool
Lost
venue.
Yeah.
Church. I ran out of paper
Was it an
space.
old church and they turned it into a venue?
I don't know.
I
I don't think
I'm
it was a
not
church,
sure, but it had.
I think the original place might have been.
Anywhere can
but-
be a church if you name it that.
Yeah, but it was like
it-
downstairs. But they had
Yeah.
like it was like made out to be some cool like it felt like this like it was like a house like it sounded like a house, but it was a big
Dope.
venue.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to keep it quiet, so that it worked out good because she played acoustic. I played like this little.
Yeah.
Like
Tiny-
kind of a Davy
tiny kit.
Wayne's type place?
Oh, Davy Wayne's is super
I
cool.
don't know of that venue.
That's super
like, go-
homey, loungy. Like
Yeah,
you
you
feel like
go
you're
through like a
everywhere you
fridge
go.
door.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and
this
it's like
place,
a trailer. It looks like, but it's
Okay.
a huge venue.
It had kind of like a Victorian vibe in certain
Sweet.
ways, and then also I'm trying to think like how do you describe
very
or
San
like
Francisco.
very
okay.
San
Well,
Francisco,
yeah.
very artsy.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like it's like
We played a place
San
that was
Francisco.
very thin, but then in the back was the venue, and it had like a round. Like,
Hotel Utah.
Yeah, Hotel
That place
Utah.
does shows
Oh,
all the
yeah,
time.
Yeah. And it's so weird
Played
because it's
there.
got a second floor, but then it's like a little kind of comedy
It's
show
so San
stage.
Francisco.
And everything's wood for some reason.
You're talking about San Francisco,
Yeah.
Hotel Utah?
Yeah.
Played years and years ago. I played
Yeah,
there.
that
I used
place
to
is
play
really
there all
weird.
the time.
It's so San Francisco.
It's so
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Francisco.
Because I lived in the Bay Area for a good 10 years.
Bay
Right on.
Area.
Yeah. I moved there, back when Primus was a club band.
Fuck yeah.
And I played in a
Shit,
bunch of
yeah.
industrial bands there.
I've
Like,
been in love with him.
Wait,
lately.
how many bands do you think you've played in?
oh, God.
I just saw the eyes like go back into your head.
194.
Yeah, there's got to be, it's a lot. I mean, bands that I played not just with, but I was in.
How about
It was
not
probably
hired
about
guns?
like 10 or 11 or
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
And
You
then
know.
with?
Oh, God. I mean, you get hired gun to do like one show here, one show there. It's got to be 50 to 60 or
Awesome.
more, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to do some side guy touring. That was fun. You know, before I met her, I played with Gilby Clarke from Guns.
Dope.
I toured with him around the country and the world, and then
Great.
Mark Ford. I don't know if you know who he is, but he played with the Black Crows for
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Nice. I know
And-
Black Crows. I just guess I didn't know his name.
Yeah, Mark. So I
Great
got to
guitar
tour with him
player.
all over the world, seeing about So
Yeah,
those
those
were great
Black Crows.
experiences.
Favorite
But
international city that you hit?
I mean, I'm a big fan of South America. We played I've been there a couple times. Sao Paulo was fun, but my favorite is Madrid, and was staying in Spain was just
Okay.
I love Spain.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
Italy's cool and everything, but Spain.
If you retired right now, it would be Spain.
Yeah, and then I got to spend some time in Sweden and Finland, and that was cool. Sweden is cool, and then really
That would
cool.
be second, but it's Spain.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, Spain is just beautiful. But it seems like California. I mean, the layout is like with the kind of the deserty thing, but the culture is just, and people are so all over the world. Actually, they're
I know.
amazing.
Yeah, I
You've
know.
traveled, right?
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, like the states are cool and all, But
Yeah, going to Paris in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
can't
To
wait.
play or just to?
No,
Just to hang?
vacation, baby.
Awesome.
I need time off. Get me the
Nice.
fuck out of this state.
I know, right?
I haven't been to France yet.
oh,
I never
We just
been
skipped
either.
it. We're just kind of, you know.
if anyone says Paris is overrated, they're just wrong. It's,
Yeah.
it's an incredible
I
city.
heard it's
everyone
amazing.
should-
I did
yeah,
Maui
everyone should
last
go.
year, so like super
Maui's awesome.
tropical, and then I'm going to France this year. So complete polar opposites.
I gotta start checking things on my list. I've Paris and
Dude.
I've Costa Rica.
I stayed in Lahaina last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like there 5 days at least.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Just in that town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking
I stayed in
burned
like
down.
Whalers Village was where I stayed, and then we just traveled around.
Dude.
Many
best.
years ago.
Everyone travel wherever you can.
Yeah,
wherever
travel.
you
Go
can.
see
Yeah,
the
as much as
world.
you can.
Awesome.
See
Yeah,
the world.
see the
Yeah.
world. Experience
Yeah.
culture. Jesus Christ. Hawaiians
Yeah.
are so
Anaheim,
so fucking
California is
nice.
not Redford Township. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's not.
Dude.
You
I
know.
mean, I mean, that's why I always think about us. Like, I think we'd be better off in Europe playing the kind of music that we play.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah,
You
but-
guys too. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought you guys were
I
fantastic.
appreciate
just-
it, but like the
yeah.
states, I mean, Southern California.
If you do anything
the toughest.
remotely different, I don't know. It's very tough to make your way.
It's like kind of the reason we left Detroit too, because it's either jazz does great,
Or Seether.
electronic
Yeah,
does great,
Seether,
or, yeah, or the hardest butt
well,
rock
that's the
you
thing,
can
and that
possibly.
genre hasn't changed. I'm sorry, but like since like the early 2000s,
No.
like that.
That's
it's
what
the
people
same-
think about.
They're still playing
Yeah.
those same songs when I was in like high school
Yeah,
today when I go back home.
I don't know.
Like,
if
I
I
will
turn
go
on
back home,
K-Rock
turn
right
it
It's
now,
just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have friends
But
that are
turn-
signed to like these labels like Century Media and stuff like that, and it sounds like 2000. I'm like,
I gotta say
That-
true, but it's true.
Yeah.
But
It was a little
it's
racist, you heard it here
it's
first.
a
Yeah.
sound. It is a specific
Yeah.
sound. Conform or don't be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
I just
What
can't
were
believe-
you were saying about Detroit? You were.
Yeah. It's just hard. It's hard music, and so we're not necessarily
Yeah.
hard.
We started off as like a pop punk band with 2 basses.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It didn't fit in.
didn't fit in.
We play
No.
like 6 band card shows, six whatever, 6 bands,
Yeah,
whatever that word
and
is.
a hardcore will do
Yeah.
well no matter where.
It'll
you're
be
at.
5 hardcore bands and then us doing pop punk. And it just
Yeah,
sucked
yeah,
every
yeah.
time. It was like, all right, Metallica's on. All right, Sepultura's on.
I want
Oh.
to hit Australia.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
hit New Zealand. I want to
Zealand's
hit
cool.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I've heard it's beautiful.
Yeah,
people
we
Yeah,
played
rock
in
and roll.
Christchurch. We played some festival out in Christchurch. It
But they
was-
rock and roll like so hard.
Oh
right?
yeah, it was an international guitar festival, and we were playing on it. It was
Fucking
like
dope.
so cool. You know, it was funny because Alexx Skolnick played and with his trio. So he's like, you know, Alexx from Testament, and then you see him play his gig, and he's just like, these jazz guys. And it's badass though. I mean, it was just badass. It's so good. Just cool to see that this guy, was one of the founders of the metal scene in San Francisco, and now he's, then he just goes, oh, I'm gonna go do some jazz now.
And
You
now
know?
he's just blipping.
Yeah, but it's still badass. It
Yeah.
still has that edge. So.
First concert, first live music experience.
Oh.
Could be the Wiggles for Christ's sake, right? Anything that works.
I know what mine was.
Beach Boys.
Whoa! How old are you? Where?
It was in Pompano Beach, Florida.
Yes.
And I saw him with my parents, and then I actually just saw Brian Wilson a few years ago at the Bowl. Yeah.
The bowl thing? Did
It
he
was
have like an
insane.
orchestra behind him or something?
I can't remember. They played the Pet Sounds record.
No
which is
shit.
insane.
Wow.
That's what's cool about
The
the,
record that
Bowl.
matters.
Yeah, they have a lot of really cool one-off performances and stuff like that there. Like we went to see Electric Light Orchestra there.
Jeff Lynne.
Yeah, with oh my god,
And
it was
the- and the LA
with the LA
Philharmonic.
Phil playing behind them, it was insane.
And the mix sound like the records. I mean, they got the drums to even sound dead and sound like those records from the 70s. I was like,
The
The
they
Beach
nailed
Boys
it.
would
Yeah.
always do the Michigan State Fair, and my grandma ran the music, like whatever.
Wait, so you
thing.
saw them a bunch of
I
times?
saw them like 5 times.
Oh, that's awesome.
During the Kokomo runs?
I mean, to be honest, the one I remember
Yeah.
is
Is this also
Cooper's.
Kokomo? It's got to be, right?
Probably
Oh,
Kokomo.
Bum, bum, bum,
For-
bum.
yeah,
Pompano Beach.
Oh, sorry, Pompano Beach.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And Beach Boys on the beach.
It wasn't on the beach,
Well, yeah, Pompano Beach.
but yeah, close enough to the beach. Yes.
The city was cold.
Oh, and the Pet Sounds record. Okay.
So good.
So
Great.
Which has
awesome.
influenced like every band out there.
Like every recorded
yeah.
thing since.
Some of the
Yeah,
best.
all the
Some of the
harmonies.
best harmonies
Yeah, all the harmonies
ever.
they got. half the bands are stealing them to this day.
I mean, even
Beatles stole
the Beatles. Yeah, they had like this little
Sgt.
rivalry
Pepper.
going. Yeah.
Wasn't it like, we can do that?
Yeah, they had this like friendly rivalry going on between like I think it was Brian Wilson and John Lennon or Paul McCartney.
Ah,
That's who
nice.
killed
Yeah.
John, dude. They paid to have that guy killed.
Yeah.
Like Beach Boys.
You think Paul McCartney was dead?
In the same vein, it's music trivia stuff, right? There was a bet between the Who and the Beatles where Townsend and McCartney said, "I can write a harder song, hard, like."
So he wrote
metal,
Revolution,
like the-
didn't he?
Yeah, no, it was, and so it turned out to be "I Can See for Miles and Miles and Miles
Yeah.
and Miles" against
Wow.
Helter Skelter.
Yeah. Come on, yeah.
Paul McCartney freaking rocks. He still rocks.
Jesus.
I
Did
love-
you see him like doing that Nirvana tribute? He sang, I don't remember which Nirvana song it was.
He
It might
just
have been-
sounds like Teen Spirit.
He may have done that, and it was incredible.
Yeah, he's great. I saw him
Favorite
live
Beatle?
once, and he was great.
Yep.
Favorite Beatle?
Oh, favorite Beatle. It's
Paul's great.
Yeah, Paul and I love George
But
Harrison.
we were just
too.
talking about that.
You got to pick one and you got to kill
But
the
see, the
rest.
thing, so you just got to. We were just joking about
Probably
this
Paul.
because, like, we were
Hey,
listening
Greg,
to the Beatles.
You're alone in this room.
What? I mean, John was kind of the edge of the band.
Yeah.
But
Canceled.
he gave him the edge,
Yeah.
John. But because if not, they might have been a strictly pop
Right.
band.
Super-
You know?
They'd be the
super surf
the
pop.
Monkeys pre-Monkeys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's
I-
just so talented.
no, exactly.
And he's still alive.
Yeah. That helps.
If that's even him.
It is.
Well, we were joking. We were talking about this. We were listening. Actually, I was listening to the Beatles, and she's like, "Oh, you're trying to learn some songs." I was like, "Well, it takes half the time I spend is trying to find what movie to watch or what band to
Right.
listen to."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm not going to keep looking. The first thing that pops up, I'm going to listen to." And it's not a bad thing.
I think
the
I
Beatles.
need to do that more often because
But-
I stopped listening to music because I don't know
Yeah,
what the
it's
fuck
like
to listen
Yeah.
to.
paralysis by analysis.
But I
Yeah.
was saying,
Yes.
like, I know these songs, so I don't really listen to the Beatles. Like,
No.
I like them and I love them and I appreciate what they brought, but I'd rather listen to Nine Inch Nails. You know, you know what I mean. But I love what they've contributed and I still love their music. And
Of
but I
course.
just like
Yeah.
I know it almost too well that I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah. It's like music canon. You're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people are going to be like,
Yeah.
you're gonna get 1,000 comments like, what? He doesn't know anything. He's a drummer. But I mean, it's how I still love them, but I just don't
Yeah, I'm the
choose
same
to
way.
pop them on
Yeah.
a daily basis.
I'd
So,
rather
like, when-
listen to Queens of the Stone Age.
yeah, when people ask me to go
Right.
like play
Well,
a song or sit in, I'm like, I don't really know.
Well,
it.
how
Like,
many
you know, how can you
times
not
have
know
you
a
heard
Beatles song?
the Beatles? You
So
know,
many.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, I
Yeah.
could never hear them again, and I would,
Still know it.
I would still know it. You know, it's so
Yeah.
ingrained in pop culture.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes on, 2 notes, you're like, yep.
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 What's your first concert?
Well, yeah, you're gonna laugh. My first concert was Def Leppard, Pyromania, opening for Billy Squier on his Emotion tour.
Oh,
No shit.
Yes. Back.
And that's
I'm not
all
going to say
right.
anything wrong. I hope this isn't bad, but when Rick Allen had 2 arms, he was playing at the time.
Yeah.
Just guessing.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh yeah.
That's so wrong.
I think
so
this is
wrong.
so great.
This
It
is
was-
where Oliver still has his.
What? No,
got
because he still
both of
has
his
2
arms.
arms. He has both arms. He still has both arms.
He does.
But it was an amazing concert. It was funny because most of
wouldn't
the people
doubt
that
it,
were
dude.
there to see
Def
Def
Leppard
Leppard
rocks.
because they at the height of that record was taking off. You know,
Fuck
like,
me,
you know,
right? I mean, say what you want to build about Billy Squier. Like, I'm sure he's good live, and those are cool songs, but have you seen Def Leppard? Have you
Yeah.
heard that
Oh my
band?
It was
That
that
band's
album. You know, they only had the 2 albums.
fucking
Well, they had
insane.
the third because it was Through the Night was their first demo. And then they had High and Dry, and then that was Pyromania.
Jesus.
That's what they were choosing from to play. So they were playing all those hits.
Pyromania, dude.
Good lord.
And then, but Billy Squier was badass too.
Yeah,
I mean, it
totally.
was so like he was great at the
Yeah.
time. You know,
Uh,
so it was a
but,
great concert.
Isn't he just residual Zeppelin? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
just saying.
You know, but
Baby,
he,
baby, baby.
yeah, but he wrote some great songs. You know,
yeah,
like
totally.
so it was fun. But yeah, it was a great concert to be one of my first.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Yeah. And they
Pretty
do those
wicked.
harmonies live too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got headset mics on and shit.
I mean, back in those days, a lot of bands had a keyboard player. They didn't have sample. They'd play into some of the samples and stuff.
Yeah.
To kind of fill them out because you weren't running tracks at
Yeah,
the time.
Totally.
But still,
Dude, one of
they're
my
still
favorite,
singing it
the
live.
band.
Oh
They
yeah.
always filled in for people and like filled out the sound by having the whole group of them. That's the best.
Best band you've seen live. Gold standard, if you will. If I could do that, whatever. They're perfect.
I've seen a lot of bands.
Last band you see.
Okay, you're gonna. You're either gonna love this or hate this, but
Don't presume I may be lukewarm.
because they're right, from Detroit.
I may just get up off my seat and leave.
I might not hear you.
Everyone, like, I might be canceled after this, but I love Kid Rock live.
You are not canceled. That is a great live show.
Yeah.
It's a great. Say what you will about the politics, the music. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Canceled?
What are you doing? Why? Why? What do you mean? Well, he is.
He's a beardist, dude.
He
He's
is.
a beardist.
But insane show, right?
Oh, unbelievable! Because like I went to the show because he was doing that $20 concert series thing,
That's awesome.
which was I thought great. And I'm like, at the time I liked his music, but I wasn't like hardcore Kid Rock fan necessarily.
But $20?
$20, I'm like, sure, fuck it. Like
That
free
is
parking.
his demographic.
Yeah.
It was
So-
in Huntington Beach on the pier.
All right,
Yeah. So we went, and it was $20, and
Dope.
I was blown away. I mean, the guy has so much energy. He did all these medleys
Dude,
of all
he's
of the
modern
songs,
day Ted Nugent.
who I've seen a few times.
Yeah, I saw Ted quite a few times actually.
yeah.
In Iowa, he played all the time.
I grew up on
crushes.
The
it.
Iowa Jam.
I think my friend played with him for a while.
You remember
Yeah.
hearing about that Iowa Jam? You know what that is? Yeah. The Iowa Jam at this fairgrounds. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think Laura. You haven't met, or you did meet my Australian friend Laura Wild.
Yeah.
So I think she played with him for a while.
Dope.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, he was phenomenal. Just in but I mean, just like every musician, regardless of whether or not you like his music, should watch a concert of his just to see how you engage with an audience.
Yeah.
And how, as far as showmanship,
Pro
he is
tips.
the gold
I've seen him live.
standard. Yeah. Gold
I will
standard.
also say Ted Nugent shot a buffalo over the
But
crowd with
no,
a
but
bow and
like-
arrow to start off the show.
Yeah. When I saw
Back
him,
then
he
he
shot.
didn't. I didn't see it. He wasn't doing it back
He
then when I saw
shot
him.
Hillary
Fred
Clinton when
Bear.
I saw him.
Wow.
Yeah, and I saw
Yeah,
him in
as he
London.
would. Yeah.
That's
As he
him. That's
would.
our Ted.
Dude, good old Ted Lee.
Oh, Ted.
Best
for
act.
me. Oh God. No, I don't know.
You have to pick one, you got to kill the rest.
You take that back. No.
Yeah.
The memories will still
I'm
be
just trying
there.
to think of some of the bands that I've seen so many bands over the years. Gosh,
Saw Ramones at the CBGBs.
I haven't. You know what sucks? I haven't. You know who's a great show, but I can't say my best show. But like Marilyn Manson, like his shows are
He is-
incredible.
he's
He's
awesome.
also canceled. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
also
so
canceled.
we have two
Incredible
canceled-
show.
But his show,
Yeah.
like I never
Incredible
saw
show.
like the show itself. Like you feel like you're in a dark church. Like I've never seen him a person command an audience the way he. I mean, when he's doing his show, he says, "Raise your hand," and you're raising your hand. You know.
Like the back row
Yeah.
is
Doing exact-
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Corey
Yeah.
Taylor is like that too.
Corey Taylor
Yeah.
of Slipknot. I've seen him
Yeah.
without Slipknot. We've seen him just like jamming in like in
Camp
LA.
Freddy.
Camp Freddy, just like different stuff. I've seen him in like he sat in with back when Steel Panther was a band called
Metal
Metal
School.
Metal School.
and
dude.
back at the
Yep.
at the,
Key
at
Club.
the yeah. Well, I saw him at the Viper Room
Club
before they even
I
moved to the
saw
Key
that
Club,
good.
and that was when Corey had the long hair.
Great.
Back, he's an Iowa boy, so he was
Yeah,
up there
damn
singing
right.
like Poison songs and stuff. But even then, you just felt.
Yeah.
But one of the most powerful bands I saw was Alice in Chains. Stain,
You saw them in a
Staley.
club, right?
But I saw them. Okay, I saw them open the opening act at a bar in San Jose. They were opening for Mother Love Bone,
Jesus Christ.
and then the headliner was Bang Tango, which was
What?
hilarious.
Bang
Really? Bang
Tango.
Tango?
Yeah, because at the time they were a big band, and they hadn't been signed yet. They weren't even signed. They were looking at record deals, and I was talking to the band because I saw them live in that small club.
Wow.
They were controlling the audience as an opening act. His
Yeah.
singing was insane.
You talked to who, like Jerry or Lane?
I talked to the drummer a little bit about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're talking to CBS right now about maybe putting a record out," and that was before Facelift came out. So
I think our best one is we saw Muse at this like small
they're
venue,
fantastic.
Clutch Cargos. Was that what it was?
Yeah, Clutch
Yeah, with
Cargos,
like
funny,
200 people when Hysteria just came out, and I was just like, "What is
What's
this?"
happening?
yeah,
They're
when
insane.
it's a club that only holds 200 people.
Yeah,
Like it was a
it's the
super
be-
small
it's
club.
the best way to see people.
But when I saw them, I was like, if this band doesn't get signed, I'm quitting music, because I was like, if a band like this can't get signed, then nobody's
There's
getting
no
signed.
hope. Yeah, yeah.
And then they got signed, and they blew up. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
phew.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Talent's real. Talent's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah,
deal.
and I just photographed Jerry because I do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
photography for Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, and like
Sweet.
and then like the DeLeo brothers from Stone Temple Pilots, who was like another one of my favorite
Incredible
bands. I
duo.
just
Jesus Christ.
photographed them, and it was like, not to take away from your story,
No, that's great.
but
We're building
I moved
blocks.
to be in the presence of these people, and they're the nicest guys ever. Jerry Cantrell was freaking awesome, and the DeLeo brothers are like two of the nicest people
That's how
you'll
it
ever
should be.
meet in your
Yeah.
life. And
Why
then
not
just to
happy with your
hear,
life?
right, like Dean DeLeo starts playing.
My God.
Like 2 feet away from me, I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" You know.
Those fucking brothers too.
Oh,
My
they're amazing.
God,
Yeah.
the brains on a fretboard between those two guys.
It's so
And
interesting.
And with the cordage, like, why they sounded so much different was like they were playing ragtime chords with distortion. Like if you
Yeah.
watch any of like the interviews
Yeah.
with them
Dude,
or anything.
I just
Yeah.
saw Dave Grohl like stole all the Nirvana drums from disco.
Funk.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can tell that. It was
Yeah.
like total Gap
I-
Band stuff
Gap
going
Band.
on.
Yeah, Gap Band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gap.
I didn't even think about that until I saw that fucking.
When you
interview.
hear it, then you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. When he said it, I was like, oh Jesus. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Because
what
that's-
song do you want at the end of this podcast episode?
What song? Like
Yeah.
for any
it could
song?
be your song. It could be any song. We'll be demonetized. It doesn't matter. Because we're gonna put the song on there.
Okay, well, I guess since it's our interview, should we do one of our songs?
Absolutely, you can do whatever you want. That's what we're saying.
Ew, I hate Batfarm.
Ew. Oh, gross.
What's wrong with those guys? I don't know. I mean, I wish we had a way to play the single.
I know.
The
I
new
know.
single
we
coming
don't-
out.
Yeah.
We can put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be released
Yeah.
a week early on the end of our 90 or 100-minute long podcast.
Yeah. We'll send it to you.
Yeah, if you,
We'll
just,
think about
if,
it.
if you
Yeah.
really just send it
Yeah,
to us.
if you send us whatever, and then it'll be playing already.
Hey!
What do you think of our nonsensical song?
1, 2, 3. So say it loud. Come on, 'cause solo just ain't my style. The more the merrier, 'cause I'm a wild child. It says 1, 2, 3, what can I say? It's all a numbers game and I wanna play. 1 is fun, it's so much better with 2, that's cool, it's company. But 3 is the number that's speaking to me. I've always loved the crowd. 1 is fun, it's so much better with 2, that's cool, it's company. But 3 is the number that's speaking to me. I've always loved the crowd. Won't you come in? One is just fine. We're about to throw down. We'll be here all night. This is 1, 2, 3. What can I say? No, it's all a numbers game, and I wanna play. 1 is fun, it's so much better with 2. That's cool, it's company. But 3 is the number that's speaking to me. I've always loved the crowd. 1 is fun, it's so much better with 2. That's cool, it's company. But 3 is the number that's speaking to me. I've always loved the crowd. So say it loud. That's a number that's speaking to me. Number that's speaking to me. That's a number that's speaking to me. Number that's speaking to me. That's a number that's speaking to me. Number that's speaking to me. That's a number that's speaking to me. Number that's speaking to me. 1 is fun, that's speaking to me. I've always loved a crowd. One is fun, it's so much better with two. That's cool, it's company. But three is the number that's speaking to me. I've always loved